Last week here on the channel, I commenced a huge stationery declutter, and that is somewhat still in progress. Today we're diving into part 2. Hi, I'm Erin, and stationery is indeed my job. I make stationery videos here on YouTube, and so I need a lot of stationery and I get sent a lot of stationery, and I'm very lucky to be in that position. But I hit a point where there was so much that it was stressing me out. I'm very lucky to have a dedicated room in my house that is just for my office. It's where I keep all of my stationery. Here's what it looked like last week before we got started, and here's what it looks like now. Things are changing, as you can see. I honestly didn't realize when I started this declutter that I was going to be getting new furniture and having to overhaul my storage systems as much as I am going to. Thank you so much to everybody who commented on part 1 of the declutter that you would like to see the storage solutions that I use for my stationery. I will be sharing those with you. Look forward to that video next week, but for now I've got more decluttering to do. I have also had a few questions about what I'm doing with the stationery that I'm decluttering. Honestly, for the most part, I am just taking it to a stationery social meetup that I go to every fortnight and sharing it with my friends and letting them take whatever they would like from it. But I am putting together one little box that will be a giveaway for one lucky winner. The giveaway is not on this video, it will be on next week's video, which is the reorganizing situation, because I just haven't been able to assemble the box of things to give away yet, so watch this space. It is going to be location limited to Australia though, just FYI, just so you don't get your hopes up, you know. In this video we're decluttering flake stickers, die cut stickers, everything in my sticky packs. We're going to declutter scrapbooking paper, pens, fountain pens, markers, cutting devices, printers, all sorts of stuff. If you haven't yet seen part 1 where we decluttered all of my washi tapes, PET tapes, journals, some stickers like sticker sheets, there is a link to that video down in the description. You can check it out if you'd like. If you want to do some decluttering alongside me, I'm happy to be your body double. Let's get to it. Moving into a new category, this one is flake stickers and die cut stickers, of which I have a great many, and they are quite disorganized. I have some in a folder over here. I have some in a different folder, a thinner one. I have some just kicking around. These ones, I had one of these already, the purple mushroom one, in the sticker sheets section of the video. Here are the rest of them. I wasn't sure about categorizing these ones, so I'm just going with whatever. These are potentially a little difficult to use because of how big they are. They have quite large like designs on each one as a whole sheet. I feel like the moon one maybe I would have the most opportunity to use, but the rest of them, I'm not actually going to get rid of them, but I'm going to put them aside for the adventure journaling workshop that I have coming up with Jessie of Stash World. So keep, but for a very specific purpose. Likewise with these two, these are text stickers, which I think are quite pretty. Text stickers aren't usually my thing. I got these from JOURNALSAY. They're in a haul video in case you want to check these out up closer. I thought I would get some good use out of the blue ones, but I actually haven't thought about them since I made that video, so I think I'm actually going to move these ones on too, but in the same way as the previous, where they can go into the pool of stuff to make our adventure journaling kits. These ones, oh, I wish I'd remembered these. These ones are really strange die cut. I can't remember if they were stickers or not. Some of them are quite cool. I really like the lamppost kind of design. Maybe I'll keep one of these and move along the rest. So I'm gonna get rid of this one. This one's got some little bats and music notes, which I feel could be kind of fun for Halloween. Oh, this is actually quite difficult. I prefer the lamps on this one though. And that one has a cat, not this one. I'm gonna go with the lampposts that I prefer. I haven't got a very good system here for keep versus move along, do I? I'm gonna put all of my keeps up here. These ones I'm moving along. I'm actually just gonna put them back in this paper bag. All right, I've got 2, 3, 4 sets. These are gorgeous, these stained glass window type things. I have more of these actually, but I've just used the green one and pink one in my bullet journal for August. As much as I think they're gorgeous, I don't know that they're all that versatile as far as like reuse value for me. They're also quite thick, and I do feel like it would look a little repetitive in the journal. I have to consider this stuff when it's going on YouTube, that it's like different enough to be giving people inspiration. So, oh, I'm really in two minds. I think I might keep, let me look at these. Oh, I think I'm gonna keep the colorful one. Wait, which one? This one's more in line with colors that I love, so I'm gonna keep this one. And I'm going to move along the others. This little set of keys I've had for a little while. I've used them in a couple of different spots in a journal. I just really like a key. I enjoy key ephemera. I like the color of this one too. It's almost like a coppery gold, so love that, keeping those. These ones came with the post-its Moonbow Sticker Club subscription. Cute, but not really my vibe. Gonna move them along. Likewise, these ones, I actually do quite like the patch style. I'm getting rid of it, but I did mention with that Washi Tape Shop blue journal that it almost looked like denim, and I thought it would be cool with some patches on, so those stuck to the cover of that journal would be so cute. I think these are too cute. I'm gonna keep them. Likewise, these ones, I remember this one's a little messed up where they're like matte to a point, and then the bottom of this sticker is inexplicably shiny, and this one's got some damage to it, but that does genuinely look like my water bottle, and I do love a good hiking boot, so for now I'm gonna keep these ones too. This sticker came with one of the Stash Sticker Club subscriptions. This one is not my style. I think we can say that quite confidently. I'm gonna move that one to a new home. The Science Fiction League though I think is really cool, and I've been meaning to put that on my water bottle, so I'll keep that one. I've got another Ikigai papier piece from the advent calendar from last year. Absolutely gorgeous. Girl and Dragon, keeping her. This fox was from, I believe, the Pumpkin Spice collection from Paper Monogatari, also gorgeous. Foxes come in pretty handy. I quite often need them, particularly in the reading journal, so gonna keep you. This little girlie is also from Paper Monogatari. This one is from the Afternoon in Paris collection. I'm not super into people in my journal, but I think when they don't have a face, I enjoy them more. And I'm sure she's probably having a coffee, but I can pretend that's tea. I like it. I think it's really pretty. I'm gonna keep it. I think this girlie is also from the same collection. Once again, I can't see her face and I love her outfit, and it looks like she's been shopping. Shopping is not really an activity I do a lot of, but I think maybe there'll be a moment for her. One more from the same collection, this little die-cut bird. Absolutely gorgeous. I don't know about this one. I've gotten rid of its friends on the sticker sheet version. I guess it can't hurt to have a single hummingbird, but maybe you go in the sticker book rather than like as a loose sticker. I'm gonna keep it. Uncertain of the origin of this one, maybe Marigonisuli, potentially from the advent calendar that I got from my friend Kimberly. Super adorable, but I don't know that I see a situation where I'd be using this one, so I'm gonna move this one along. A little carrier pigeon moment here. This one was from Rob and Haley. Super adorable. Again, I don't really know about a situation for this one, but I'm gonna keep it for similar reasons, just in case. Maybe there'll be a moment that will be ideal for my reading journal. We'll have to see. This collection came from Korea Crafts from their Alice themed subscription box. Let's have a look. I remember liking some of them. They are mostly the same sticker repeated, right? Oh, forgot I had doors when I did my Book of Doors spread. I would have loved to have these in the reading journal. I'll hang on to the doors because I do love a good door. I don't know about a table, how frequently that would be handy. I've got plenty of flowers. The Cheshire Cat is terrifying. That one can go away. No, they're very, very like Alice specific, which would be great if I were wanting that, but I don't think I am. I might keep the roses. Nah. People, when I can see their faces, less inclined. I just kept a bunch of keys, so I'm not gonna keep any of those ones either. No. Eat me. No. That's super adorable actually, but likelihood of needing it is low. I'm just keeping the doors, aren't I? Come on baby, light my fire. The rest of this tin, I'm gonna move along. Every now and then there's just one random sticker kicking around. If I find the rest that it's supposed to go with, great, but if I don't, I'll just put it in my memory keeping spreads as a little space filler. Oh gosh. I used the ones that I liked from this blue set of vines already in my April bullet journal, so these ones I'm happy to move along. I have a few stained glass windows kicking around. I've had these in the collection for a long time, but every now and then I just find them really useful, so I'm gonna hold on to those too. I've used all the ones I really, really like already, unfortunately, but look how shiny they are. They're so much fun. Yeah, I'm gonna keep them. Here are some more blobs. This piano has been waiting for its moment, and I think its moment might be in my reading journal very soon. This one's from STICKII, but I got it on its own. It wasn't part of a sticky pack. Keep. This one's from Lace and Whimsy Studios, very similar. I've kind of been waiting for the moment for the tarot card hand girly. The moment hasn't arrived yet, but I'm sure that it will. Look at that reflection. Keep. This one's a moth. I think it's really lovely. This one's also from Lace and Whimsy Studio, but likelihood of me wanting to use this one is a bit lower. I'm gonna pass on this one. Only got this one very recently, this gorgeous unicorn from Runa Marudi. Keeping this one for sure. These two I think are very cute, but I'm not super into text on stickers, so I'm going to move these ones along. I'm trying to be brutal. Another blob. When the stickers are loose like this, it typically means I've had them for a while, and I tried storing them in a folder like these things. I have since discovered that if I'm going to do that, I need to keep them in their packaging, because if I do decide to move them along, it's a lot harder to find them new homes when they're just kicking around naked like this. I'm going to move this one along. Just discovered it has a brother. I'm going to move that one along too.
Actually, maybe they'd be good for the adventure journaling workshop. I'm gonna put those with those. Just found a bunch more of those stained glass arch stickers. Super cute, but again, we already talked about this. I'm gonna move these ones along. Ooh, lots of blobbies. Lots of black blobbies. There's a purple. Separate the black ones and the colorful ones. Hopefully I'll find something that I can store those ones in. This beautiful teacup is from the Quirky Cup Collective. It's gorgeous. It's got a few little scratches on it now just because I've had it for so long, but eventually I'll find the right moment for it, so keep. This set is really cool actually. These are like vintage frames, but they have mirrors inside, which when you're filming your stuff, hello, that's you, is a little tricky, but I think they're cool. I haven't had a chance to use them yet, so I'm gonna hold on to these. If all else fails, I guess I can try and pop out the mirrored part and just use the outside frame, but I do think they're quite fun. Oh, these little wings are kind of the brother to the keys that we had a look at earlier. They're from the same listing on JOURNALSAY. They're super pretty. I have used these ones quite a bit, most recently in July in the mystery journal for the fairy theme, but also in my travel journal that I took to the UK last year. There are only a handful of them left, so I'm gonna move these ones along. I got a whole set of these from JOURNALSAY a while ago, and I've used a few of them, but I feel like my infatuation with them has passed. These like fairy lights hanging from a branch kind of a vibe. Passing these ones on. I used one of these sets in August in the mystery journal and it was absolutely gorgeous. And I used a few different pieces of, I believe it was this one, in a memory keeping spread in my journal recently from a wedding that I attended. But I feel like some of them are easier to use than others, so let's work out what I think. That one has the fun moon. Maybe we keep that one and only that one. I'm going to move along these ones. Just keep that one. We had a look at another of these earlier. This is where I worked out that it's not all stickers, but maybe like a sticker and a paper version of each one, which is kind of cool. Haven't had a chance to use this one yet at all. Bit more rainbow. I actually think because they're very similar, I'm gonna move this one along. These two die cut stickers are from Henriette Arts. Very cute. Haven't had a chance to use either of them yet, so keeping both of those. Adorable little slightly holographic cat sheet. That must be from Stash World. Look, not sure. Oh, they're so adorable though. Yeah, I'll hold on to it. Yeah, these ones I only came into possession of very recently, these little floral stickers. They've got silver gilding on them and I love when it's silver. That's so unusual. I'm keeping those. This set's kind of interesting. It's called Scrap Metal and all of the elements inside are like door plates and cogs and keys and frames and stuff. I go crazy for this stuff. They're paper stickers, I'm pretty sure. They're quite intricate, so they might be hard to separate from their backings, but I'm kind of excited about them. I'm gonna keep these. Oh, I showed you two die cuts already that were from Henriette Arts, but these ones are also from her. Mushrooms and little florals. Some of these are actually paper ephemera, but I want to keep them all together. Book stack. Oh, the cute little flowers. I love the window. Books. Little Nomi Christmas man, Christmas stockings, Christmas presents, and some notebooks. I actually am going to move along the books because I just have so much bookish stuff, but I'm going to keep the rest. And I'm going to keep these two like notebooks because I think that's really cute. Got a little hydrangea here from Paper Monogatari. That would also be from the Afternoon in Paris collection. Keeping that. I think I may have shoved several collections worth of these vine stickers in together, different colors and stuff that were like left over from a few different sets. A vine sticker can come in pretty handy, but I'm not really vibing these ones and they've been in my collection for some time, so I think it's time to say goodbye. And here are a few more of the same kind of thing. These ones aren't even really colors that I reach for very often. I think I have used a few, otherwise it wouldn't be open like this, so farewell. I think this might be the last of a set of candelabra stickers. I had in a bunch of colors. I used them in my own journal a bunch, I used them in the mystery journal a bunch. I may still have one in a sticker book actually, but this I think is going to go in the adventure journal stuff, which means keep for now, but long-term goodbye. I'm pretty sure these are the die cuts from Anna's Swan Lake collection. We got some paper in here too, but once again, I want to keep it all together. Ballerina, yes. Flowers, yes. Swans, yes. Oh, these are so pretty. Something great about decluttering is that you rediscover all the lovely things that you forgot you had. Get back in your bag, I'm keeping you all. These ones are also Paper Monogatari die cuts. These will be from the Tropical Escape set. The beach. Oh, I really like that frame and that frame. the little notes. I'm gonna be picky about these ones. I'm actually going to keep these little guys, but move along these ones. And one last set of those, I believe these are from the Under a Cherry Tree collection, which was, I think, spring last year. Oh, I haven't looked at these in a while. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, I'm keeping, this is paper, but same, I'm keeping that one. Bunnies are adorable. They're not really my thing though, but I will keep the flowers. I'm gonna pass that one along. Oh, she's really gorgeous though. Oh no, someone else will enjoy her more than me. The ones going back in the bag, I'm going to move along. All that remains of my loose ones are these two lovely little gilded frames. I've had these forever. I think I got these at Lincraft here in Australia. They're like a very, very flexible, vinyl-y kind of PET clear type sticker. I don't know, but I love them. I'm keeping them both. I have been working my way through slowly. Now we can move into the sticker books. I'm keeping this kitty. I'm gonna move along these glasses and vases. They're very, very lovely, but I've had them for a while. I've only used them a couple times, so clearly they are destined to be loved by someone else. Oh, so the blobbies must have been in here because I've got more blobbies. I've got some like red, pink, yellow blobbies. I don't know, I don't reach for those colors that often, but does that mean it's good to have them? These ones are Marigo Nasuli book stickers. I think they're really cute. They're a little, like the print quality is not amazing, but not enough to stop me from wanting to use them, so I'll keep those. These ones are Lace and Whimsy stickers. The Ouija board, what's that called? The planchette. The Future is Female on a crystal ball, the Blossom sticker, and this one's actually the Quirky Cup Collective. This is their like Akatar Valaris sticker. I'm gonna keep that one, but I actually think I'm gonna move these three along. They don't really suit me. These little bows and flowers I've had for a bit. I did use them very briefly in something, don't remember, but it's time for them to go. These, I believe, are actually two sets of stickers that I got from JOURNALSAY some time ago. Really, really gorgeous, and some of them I think are a good color match to the cover of Six Crimson Cranes, which I really want to read at some point in the future, so I'm gonna keep those. This little girly, oh, I don't remember exactly, but I think she looks like Anna's artwork. Actually, yeah, I think she's from the Dark Academia collection, now I'm thinking about it. I've been hoarding this sticker because I think it's going to be a really good one to represent a character when I finally get around to reading Where the Library Hides by Isabel Ibanez. So I've been keeping her specifically for that purpose. You can really only do skinny stickers back here, and I think I couldn't fit them with their plastic on, so they're all a little loose. We've got purpley tones, kind of ocean views, green valleys with some rivers flowing through, pink flower fields, and what's this one? Kind of a countryside at golden hour. I'm moving all of these along actually. I used one set of these extensively, the mountain ones that aren't pictured here because I used them. I found them very difficult to use, this kind of like a horizontal strip kind of a shape, which is funny because washi tape, not a problem, but when it's a sticker like this, I suddenly struggle. So I'm gonna move all of them along. Oh, so many loose little stickies here. I actually put these in with a bit of the information so I'd remember where they were from, which was smart of me. These are from Cora Korea Craft, and I've clearly thought I'm gonna have a great time using these in my pen and ink journal, and I still think that, so I'm gonna hold on to those. It's just one of those, when are you gonna do it, Erin? When are you gonna actually sit down and do the thing that you said you were gonna do? I'm still looking at these, and I like wasn't sure, I just thought I took them out. I think I'm gonna get rid of those two. Oh, we've got so many more of the landscapes. Here's a beach, and these are those leftover mountains. There's not a lot left in there because I used most of them, but I'm gonna move along what's left of those as well as these. And that's everything in this booklet. This one's great, but really limiting because you can only fit things of a certain size, so remains to be seen whether I actually hold on to this as a storage solution or not. Then I've got this folder, which has got even more in it. Oh my God. These leaf stickers, I've used a little bit, but I think I've decided I don't love the ones that are left, so they're gonna go. These ones were from a set, I think it was called Old Bronze Items or something like that. I've got similar things in that new kind of scrap metal set, so I'm gonna move these ones along. Oh, definitely have to keep this one for when I go see the Nutcracker in December. It's a little tradition that my friend Rachel and I have. That's paper, but you know, it's in the where we're up to. It's fine. Keep this one as well. These must be paper monogatari. That's really pretty. Keep. Clearly I just need a better system for storage because I never can find things when I need them. These are Sarah J Maas property stickers that I got when I went to an Akatar ball last year. I figured I would use them in the reading journal for if I ever do a reread, which I'm sure I will at some point of ACOTAR, when I eventually read Crescent City and when I finished Throne of Glass, which I'm currently trying to do, but my God, I just don't enjoy that series as much as everyone else by the looks. And this one's a mood reader sticker too, which I think is pretty cute. Stuff like this though, I don't really ever end up having somewhere to use it. I do have friends who are bookish girly, so I'm gonna move along the mood reader sticker. I will keep these ones though, I think they're kind of nice. This is another of those frames, but black, so keeping that too. All right, a mix here of the Dream Big is from Lace and Whimsy Studio. I think that's lovely, but I have two of it actually. I'm thinking I might actually use one for something specific, so I'm gonna keep that one. This You Are Magic book stack is from the Quirky Cup Collective, and it is so gorgeous. I actually have a sneaky little plotty plan in mind for this already, so I'm keeping that one. This one's got a similar vibe, You Are Magical, kind of looks like a tarot card, but I'm gonna actually move this one along. Absolutely 1000% keeping the teapot. I think the hourglass is quite pretty and could be a nice focal point on a cover page, so I'm gonna keep that one. Settle Petal little tea bag, that's really cute. Don't know when I'd use it, but I do love it. The Lovers, I really like this one. This is actually Lace and Whimsy Studio, not the Quirky Cup Collective as the previous ones were. I've had it for a while though and I haven't used it, which means maybe someone else will get more fun from this one. Cosmic Ramen, is that gonna go in my Japan travel journal or what? This one's a little potion bottle from Quirky Cup Collective, the Cosmic Ramen's from the Quirky Cup Collective too, and bubble tea. The thing here is, the Quirky Cup Collective stickers are quite expensive, and so that makes me want to not use them, but like I could use that anytime I get bubble tea with a friend as a memory keeping thing. Why haven't I? Do it, Erin, use your stickers, keep. This sticker came from Jessie's incredible collection of dead stock. It's a Mork and Mindy sticker and it says hot dog encounter. I'm specifically keeping this for memory keeping in August because we have our annual kind of country fair carnival and I look forward to my one dirty hot dog a year at that event, and I want to use this sticker for memory keeping from that. Keep. These frames are very fantasy book coded, but I have used them for like the Serpent and the Wings of Night type stuff. They're really good for that, but I'm kind of bored with them, so I'm going to move the rest along. These are not stickers, these are paper, but they work kind of like stickers, so I suppose I'll keep them in the same category. These are lovely frames. This is actually 3 sets combined, I'm pretty sure. And I have used them quite a bit. You never know when this kind of thing's gonna come in handy. I'm in 2 minds, but I think I'm gonna keep them. Gorgeous dress sticker from Lace and Whimsy Studio, keeping her. Super pretty flowers, but they're the only ones. And you know when you kind of want a set of stuff? If you're doing a bullet journal theme, it helps to have several of stickers that look like they go together, so I'm gonna move this one along. That's a freaking cool sticker. Again, this one looks like a tarot card. 3 swords in a heart. I don't know anything about tarot, if that is an actual card, but I really like that one. I think I'm gonna keep that for reading journal purposes. The moon, really shiny. Not for me though, moving that one along. I feel like this girly would be really fun on my water bottle. I am much less discerning about the stickers that I put on my water bottle than I am the stickers that I don't. Also, maybe this one would be fun. These are quite a nice kind of vinyl sticker for the water bottle. I think I'm going to put both of those on the water bottle, which means keep. Oh look, more blobs, green ones. Do I need green blobs? I don't think I need green blobs. I really went through a blob phase, didn't I? These are so gorgeous. These were actually the stickers that made me think I should try a black page journal, because you just don't see this kind of thing on a white page, do you, unfortunately? I'm gonna keep them because I do still really want to give that a go, and if all else fails I can put some black paper in my journal and then layer these over and do something monochromatic like that, but I'll give them a shot eventually, I swear. These ones are lantern stickers from that same series, like Under Romantic Lighting. I don't think they're on JOURNALSAY anymore, but they have similar stuff. Super pretty, but I did decide to get rid of a PET tape that somewhat matches these, so I'm gonna move these along too. Columns and lampposts, but I've got lampposts in a different kind of way. Move along. Little tents. Yeah, no, don't need those. Move along. Pink florals. I've got other pink florals, don't I? Move along. Corner of desktop. Oh yeah, I remember these ones are all desktop items, scissors and stuff. Kind of cool, but I do have those other ones, those other like metal things that give a similar vibe. I'm gonna move these on. There's another one under here, isn't there? What are these ones? European classical. Oh, have they got more frames? Let's have a look. Oh yeah, little ones too. Okay. Oh, and some silvery kind of stuff. Wicked. Okay, I think I'm gonna keep this one. I am a sucker for a vintage frame, what can I say? Got these 2 absolutely gorgeous Libra stickers. I'm pretty sure these were from Kimberly in my advent calendar. I feel like that should be the feature of my, even though I'm not really a horoscopy girly, I do feel like that should be a feature of maybe my bullet journal theme this year. That could be really fun. This one I'm less keen on, and I do know lots of people with similar birthdays to me. So this one I'm gonna move along, the jacket version, but I'm gonna keep this one. Oh, these are, okay, I thought this was these two mixed together, but this is actually separate, which is good because that means I can put those ones in this packet. Again, these are absolutely beautiful. I'm keeping them for reading journal purposes along with these. Oh, blobs, but these are shiny blobs, right? I feel like I've been getting rid of all the other oh yeah, I'm keeping these ones. That was an easy decision. Is this just a single little frame? Keep paper monogatari probably for sure. What are these ones? Ivy. I'm gonna keep that one Ivy sticker for the reading journal. Oh, not that one. It's not the right green. The rest of these I will move along just because I've got one more spread to add, you know, just in case. Ladders. Oh yeah, I did use these a little bit in the reading journal semi recently, but I don't need them. Move along. Oh, this one might sway me. Fairy lights in trees is quite pretty. And I think I did use those in the reading journal setup too, but they're kind of big from memory. Let's have a look. Not super big, I suppose. Kind of big enough, yeah, and there aren't that many of them. I'm gonna move those along. More columns, but with florals this time instead of just vines. I'm looking at the back and it's not filling me with joy, so I'm gonna move those along. And is this the last thing in here? Yes. Yeah, we don't need those either. Farewell. So these are all the stickers I'm keeping. I have managed to put them all into a single folder, which is great. I'm going to actually move along this smaller folder with its slightly skinnier storage system. This one I find just doesn't work as well for me. And I think I might actually move along this one too. This one I got from JOURNALSAY and it has served me very well, but I'd like to keep it to just one folder if I can. So I'm gonna harvest some more of my inserts out of here and move this storage along. It probably seems like we should be out of the sticker category now, but we're actually not because I've still got my STICKII folder to go through. In case you aren't familiar with STICKII, it's a stationery subscription. It doesn't have to be, they have just a normal retail store too, but the idea is that they theme these packs that send out monthly. You can choose between 3 different styles and get stickers every month. I had been subscribed for a while, I'm not currently. I have a bad habit of just shoving stickers, not into the sleeves, but kind of generally into the folder after I've used them. I think it's just time to go through all of it. So some of these are packs. This is the Light Academia pack. I only got that pretty recently. I don't think we need to look too closely because I know I want to keep that one. This is the Marvels of the Manor set. It's great, they give you a little sticker to go in the corner so you can quickly see what you're looking at, but then when you decide to move stuff along, maybe it's not so useful. The folder is also like their official STICKII one too. And the sleeves are cool because they've got all these little pouches. I think I'm gonna move this set along. What even is this in this pocket up here? Looks like tissue paper. Oh, okay, or like rice paper kind of a feeling. Top-down views of little like manor gardens and maps and stuff. Yeah, I don't need those. The truth is out there. This one is alien themed. I used it a little bit as well, I think. Yeah, that one, when I did a recent live stream with my channel members where I made some Kindle case inserts really. Picnicking, I remember I loved the cover of this little notebook. Oh right, this was the set that I didn't vibe with. It's all coming back to me. I'm pretty sure there wasn't a lot here that I would want to hold on to in this set. Definitely moving along this, it's really cute. There's a cat in with the bread and that's adorable, but I don't know, I don't need it. A bookmark, cats baking sticker sheets, very niche. Picnicking, kind of themed stamp stickers. These ones I think are the cutest, but at the same time I still don't really think that I need that. Maybe this one I could hold on to for if I do have a picnic in my real life and I want to make a spread about it. Definitely not this one. That's a little too stylized for me. And that's actually quite lovely. I like the little, is it a ukulele? It's only got 4 strings. Oh yeah, look, I'm gonna keep that one. I think I'm actually gonna move along the little notebook too. Oh wait, was there one more? There was. There's this anime girlies portraits sticker sheet too, so that can stay in there too. Carry on. Buy her sword. Oh yeah, this was a good one. We've got castles in this little booklet. I actually don't know if these are, Okay, I think I've just put stuff back wherever. I may have just taken that to sticker hangs at one point. Girlies I don't need. This one I wanted to keep because it was going to be good for my character when I was playing D&D. Actually, I think all of these I put together to do my D&D journal, and then I didn't end up really getting to the point where I needed that. So I'm going to keep those. I think these gems though, I'm going to move along. Watch out for snakes. Oh yeah, I'm probably going to move most of this one along. It was timely for Lunar New Year, Year of the Snake. They're actually very cute. That could be good for a fantasy book, something serpent, although I've already read The Serpent and the Wings of Night. Snakes aren't really my vibe, I'll move it along. This one's cool. There is a snake, are there more? Oh yeah, there's a couple, but they're not like as prevalent, and I love that green gilding, so I'm gonna keep that one. Move this one along. I've used some of these ones, but I'll move along the rest. And there was this little sending you a kiss stamp. That can go too. Gilded chiaroscuro, this was a nice one. I did use some of this, I'm pretty sure. These are just bits of paper. I think it was a notepad, but that one's come off, or I changed my mind about using it somewhere or something. Go back in with your sisters. Pretty sure I used this for Caraval. Bug sticker, that's quite lovely. She's quite lovely too. I'll definitely use her somewhere eventually. I think I've shoved whatever in this one too, because that was an advent calendar. Oh yeah, they're cool. Oh, the bugs. Yeah, keep. That one has shifter vibes, but that's okay. Move that one along. Japan things, I'll keep that one. This is so cute, but I've never used it. Move it along. Fantasy vibes, keep. And I'm gonna move this along. Keep this one, I think, yeah. Swan Lake. I've got many swan things happening lately. Oh, Monet, yep. Little ballerinas, keep. There's not too much going on that sticker sheet. That could probably go in the sticker book, but keep. A little Ice Queen. She's pretty cool, keep. And the card, this is gorgeous. Paper, put it aside. This is quite lovely. Very detailed. Mythology vibes. Oh, this is the classic set, and I was really excited to receive it because it took a really long time to reach me. Oh, that one is maybe a little too stylized for me. I'm gonna move that one along, but I feel like I'll probably want to keep everything else that's in here. Yes, 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 yes. Not sure about that one actually, but then yes. So that was good. Mermaid Witchy Girl, she can find a new home. She cute though. Oh yeah, little bits. Move along. The Pirate Girlies, definitely keep. This one is so gorgeous, I want to keep that one. I think that's really cute for rom-com vibes in the reading journal. And I love these daggers. I've used a few. Oh, one of my letters has jumped ship to a different sticker sheet. I wonder if I can rescue you. Please, please, please. What are you? An eye? Oh no, it's ripping. Don't rip. Unsalvageable. Oh, that's a shame. But these are great. One more in here. These are really cute. Almost a Valentine's Day sort of a theme. Hearts and stuff. Potions. Keep it. I think there were 4 of these little cards, and I used the others. I'm going to move that one along. Keeping the cats. And these were dragons and phoenixes and stuff, right? They're really cool, but I've used that quite a bit already, and I have other dragons and stuff, so I'll move that one along. Little icons for hiking and stuff, by the looks of that. That doesn't need to be with me. I love the feathers, they can stay. This one is so abstract. It's really interesting though, like sea creatures in water that's in receptacles like ink bottles and light bulbs and plastic bags and spray bottles. Very, very cool, but not for me. This one I'm obsessed with. So cool. Love it so much I honestly haven't been game to use it. Maybe I've used like one little dagger or something over here. I want to keep that. These Halloween tickets, these are, I think all of these probably are from last year's advent calendar, maybe not. Some of these sticker sheets are trying to become friends with each other. These little glasses, where did you even come from? Don't ruin my books, don't ruin my books. Well, these ones I know were from the Halloween advent calendar last year, and I think they're lovely and I want to keep them. These ones I also want to keep. That's really good. Oh, that's where the glasses came from. How did they get up there? That's all right, we didn't need them. Witchy Girly I used in my reading journal. This is like a little notepad, but I'm not going to hang on to that one. These are spectacular, absolutely stay. These are really cool, but I find stamp ephemera kind of hard to use, so I'm going to move them along. These are incredible. No idea when the right time will be for me to use these ones. Hope Christopherson's such an incredible artist, but I'm going to keep them. I've used a lot of these ones. Yeah, I'm going to keep them. Maybe sticker book. These labels can go. Birds, they can go. Adorable Halloween vibes, but it can go because I haven't used it. Oh, the ghosties are so cute. Oh, I'm torn. I'm gonna keep both of those. Japanese cats. I always struggle to move along things with cats on them, but when I don't use them, I don't use them. Move along. These are so beautiful. Again, I haven't used them. I don't know when I would. No. Cameras. Once upon a time I would have been all over that. No, I'm gonna move that along too. And this one. I love the teapot, but the teapot's not enough to make me keep the whole thing. The cat and the teapot too. Nah, move along. I love that I've got this incredible piece from one of the sticky advent calendars. Was that the Halloween one? I don't remember, but no, this is one of the Christmas ones actually. Incredible, so gorgeous, love to see it. And I've got it stored with like a piece of paper from, it was one of the envelopes from the Cute Pack advent calendar, I think. I haven't used that, so that's kind of funny. I thought I would keep it for junk journaling purposes, I guess. This is beautiful. I want to keep that. Oh, the kitties. Do you know what? I think Courtney actually sent me one of these and then I used it in September in the mystery journal, not realizing I had one. Whoops. They're so lovely though. I'll keep that one. Maybe for the reading journal. Oh, these ones, the fashion illustrations. They're really lovely, but I think someone else will get more use out of them. Love those. Keep. Oh, that one's a fun kind of love you till death vibe. I'm gonna move that one along. Keys, I've already got keys. These are tiny keys though. Farewell. Baked goods, really not much of a food person to be honest. I know that's weird, gonna move that along. Likewise, like coffee and stuff. Nah. I've used most of this sheet clearly. They're very kind of cottagecore pictures. Gonna move them along too. Oh wait, here are some more of our, there's another girly on a card. She can go away as well. No offense to her. Someone's gonna love those. It isn't me though. Watercolor florals, always a place for watercolor florals in my heart. I used some of these girlies, I think, on a medieval festival memory keeping spread, but I don't know that I need the rest of them. They can move along. Oh, this sheet is so cool. That for Halloween, maybe just for a single spread because there isn't really enough there to go beyond that, but that's awesome. I want to keep that. But not you, I'm sorry. Cozy cats, farewell. These are like konbini snacks. They're actually really adorable, maybe keep. Carriages are cute, but no. I'm gonna move that one along too. Move along. Oh, those ones match. Oh yeah, I used those in my nettle and bone spread. Move along. Oh, these landscapes. They're so pretty. Frustration smear, that's such an interesting Instagram handle. I'm gonna keep those. Oh, and Paris artwork too. Yeah, keep those. Oh yeah. Yeah. Not the cakes. The cakes can go. These look like they're Van Gogh pieces or inspired by, but as stamps, I'm gonna move them along. These little clocks are adorable, keep. I used most of this sheet, didn't I? Move it along. And then right at the back here, we're almost at the end. Little witchy cats, they're so cute, but they're not for me, unfortunately. I will keep these ones. Nah, no. And then I'd held on to, these are from the advent calendar. Behind them, they had a sticker sheet in a little concertina style box. I used a couple of them in my reading journal last year. I really thought I would end up using all of these, but I haven't. And so I'm gonna move those art cards along as well. That's so beautiful though. I really should have put that in my memory keeping, shouldn't I? That's okay, that can move along too. And these were the ones that were just loose that I kind of hadn't put away. That was the cover, I think, of the pop pack for the advent calendar last year. Move that one along. We've got some shiny mushrooms. Gonna make a beef Wellington. I'll keep those. Oh, those are quite beautiful. Yeah, keep. I've used most of this one, clearly. Might move those along. Oh, witchy girls, keep. Hobbit hole. Those are pretty, keep. Mushrooms always come in handy. I think I used them in the reading journal semi-recently. Keep. Owls and deer and so I'm gonna move that one along. Definitely keep this one. How beautiful. All right, that's all the sticky. The ones that stayed in their sticky folders, I guess I'll move to the front. I do like keeping stuff that's from Sticky together with stuff that's from Sticky, because if it was part of a set, it's easier for me to keep track of. These are the ones that I'm keeping. All of these ones are finding a new home. This category is a bit of a doozy. This one is bits of paper. I actually mostly keep my paper bits in this expandable file that's over here, so I'm gonna go through everything that's in that too. It's kind of overflowing, so it would be good to reduce a little bit here. I have this lovely red paper. I actually purchased this specifically for the February theme in the mystery journal, and it was too big to really fit. I've cut it down a lot. This is quite thick and I don't need this much, but I will keep probably a few sheets of it. Maybe we'll say 4. Thankfully, I know a lot of people who like to junk journal and scrapbook, so I know Stash World will be able to get some use out of this. These are all color coded, by the way, according to the rainbow. So we're looking at all the reds on the top right now. We'll move through the expandable file over here and then we'll sort out the rest that's on the desk. These ones are origami paper. I think this all came from the same set. I went through and divided things up by color at some point. This is much thinner, so I feel pretty good about keeping all of those. This is from a William Morris calendar that I bought in London and have been cutting up and using in my journal. Definitely keeping that one. A little bit more origami paper. And this one was a Christmas paper from Spotlight, so these can both go back in. Keep. I think I may have had these in the red section as well, this origami paper. I've used this in my journal before. It's very pretty. There's only a couple of sheets of it. I'm going to keep that. Next we have orange, which is not something that I find myself reaching for very often. These are actually stickers. These are washi stickers. I get why they're in the paper thing, but maybe they shouldn't be. I'm actually going to move these somewhere else, but I am going to keep them. This floral paper is absolutely gorgeous, keeping that. This was an offcut from some paper monogatari paper. I used the rest somewhere, but that's still plenty. I'll keep that. All of the shades of orange for origami paper. I love solid colored origami paper sets for journaling. The paper is nice and thin, it's easy to tear, really good for journaling purposes. This little peachy writing set is so cute. These must be the only 2 pages that I have left from it. Keep those as well. And this was a little thank you note with one of the paper monogatari orders. It's quite thick. I don't love using thicker stuff in my journal, so I'm going to move this along for someone else to junk journal and scrapbook with. I also had these in there. This is actually also stickers. We had like the pink and the blue versions of these earlier. Some of them look quite cool, but I don't need this. I'm going to move this along. These are also not paper, but that's okay since we're here. Our next color is yellow, and for whatever reason there are stickers in there that shouldn't be. I'm keeping those. These are awesome little corner stickers, but they shouldn't be in the paper thing. Off the top we've got lots of origami paper in various shades of like mustard and marigold, and some of them are almost kind of brown. Should that go in the brown section? I think that one should probably go in the brown section. Also a very, very light kind of barely there buttercream. Lots to be working with there. I don't use a lot of yellow, but it's good to have options. You never know, especially when it comes to the mystery journal. I tend to experiment more there than in my own stuff. I've got an envelope and some bits of paper that are maybe potentially supposed to go in there. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm gonna move those along. Some more origami paper. And this was a set I picked up from Officeworks, just of A4, originally for May. I'm so sorry if this keeps going out of focus. It doesn't really know what to do with me. Solid colors like this confuse the camera. I'm gonna hold it over here for that reason. I bought this for May in my bullet journal last year, and then I have used it again since then, but I don't think I need like 25 pages of it. So let's keep a few for 5, and then we'll move along the rest. More of the William Morris calendar kicking around over here. I used that one in the reading journal. It's coming in really handy, that thing. More origami paper. And these were pages from a writing set that I got, I think from the Paper Club Stationery subscription. I don't think we need those. I'm gonna move those along. Green's a big category. Okay, let's start with this little number. This is from a William Morris writing set that my friend Jacqueline gave me. I think this is beautiful. I have used it a little bit, and there are matching envelopes here somewhere too. Super lovely, probably overkill. Maybe I don't need to keep all of this. Once again, I'm gonna take 5 sheets. Actually, maybe because this is a writing set, I'll do 7 and then 5 with the envelopes back in the folder. This set came from my Secret Santa, I'm pretty sure, of scrapbooking papers. They're very lovely, but I think someone else could get more use out of these than me, so I'm gonna move those ones along. This looks like it's a sticky notepad. It's very cool. I don't think I need that one though. I'll move that along. This is a little notepad of vintage style papers. I loved this. I used this quite a bit for a while. I think I've had this in my D-stash box for some time, and people have taken bits from it, but not the whole thing. I'm gonna move that along. Some more of the William Morris calendar here. That's lovely, that's staying. You're not green. What are you doing in the green section? You're not green either. Look how beautiful. That's gotta be paper monogatari. Nobody does this stuff like Anna, and this is another William Morris, although this is different. This is actually from this book over here that we haven't looked at yet. This is a set of gift wrap papers in William Morris's designs, but I've taken some of it out of that one for my reading journal. Those are both staying. Oh yeah, there's quite a few William Morris designs in green, which is extra fun for me. Keeping all of those. There's another one down here. This one was in with them too, but I think that's just an origami paper maybe. And it's not green, so likewise. That one is green though. This one's a really, really soft sage green check pattern, which I think is really lovely. Paper Monogatari again, I'm sure. Keep that. Oh, these ones are interesting. There are more of you, aren't there? Let's just fish them all out. Lots of Jules Verne going on here. This was from JOURNALSAY a while ago. I thought I would get a lot of use out of these and I haven't, so I'm gonna move these ones along actually. Origami paper, as ever. A little gingham version as well. Some avocado colors, some forest green. Just so not quite the green that I was looking for when I was putting together my July theme. Almost, but not quite. I needed it to be a little less vibrant than that. Keep all the origami papers. Another Paper Monogatari. This one's bordering on brown. Let me just hold it up against some stuff. Yeah, I think it's green enough to stay with the green section. And these two, this one might actually be blue. These two rice paper style. I'm actually gonna move these along. I've got a lot of use out of this stuff. Another fairly popular color for me. This is our blue section. William Morris is hanging out here too. He is everywhere in my stationery collection, you better believe it. Not all of this is blue though. I would call that blue enough. Yeah, that's a tricky one. Be careful, Peaches, please. Not that one. Oi, no claws, no claws. Thank you. Blue, blue, not blue. These ones can go back in. This one also is from Paper Monogatari, absolutely gorgeous. Very thin paper that she uses, doesn't take up much room. These ones, again, we just had a look at some of these. Absolutely gorgeous, but I do feel like I've done them to death. And this was the backing from that Jules Verne pack, so I'm gonna get rid of all of those. Some more origami paper bits. This is the paper that I bought to do my July theme. Much like earlier, we probably don't need to keep this much of it. I'll keep that little offcut. And then what will we do? 5 sheets just in case, and we'll rehome the rest. I'm also going to pop this one in with the blue. This is a piece of artwork that came with Anna's Afternoon in Paris set from summer last year from Paper Monogatari. There's a bunch more blue hiding under here. I think I got these out to work on the mystery journal when I knew my first theme was going to be blue, so I'll pop those back in. This whole set, most of it is blue inside, not all of it though, but I'm going to pop it in with the blue. And these ones also, very, very cute. Would like to use those soon, I think. Anything else blue that's hiding here? There is this envelope, which is from STICKII. I'm going to move that along though. Oh, there's another one of those William Morris sheets, and another one, and some more green. Here are a couple more blue sheets of origami paper. Kind of organizing as I go with this one. Blue or purple? I'm going to put that one in blue. And dominant colors are hard. I'm going to put this one in red. Our next category is purple. Not too much going on in my purple collection though. Origami paper, of course. Holding on to those. Here's another one of those sets of things that are actually stickers. There are some fun ones in there, but I don't think I need to keep that necessarily. That can go. This was from a set from JOURNALSAY a while ago. I think they're so beautiful. Kind of like references to old manuscripts. I used these a bit in the previous mystery journal, new journal setup. And that was really fun. I think this might be, there are only a few pages left. I'm gonna hold on to those. Marbly paper. This was the packaging for Cora Korea Crafts stamp set. I think I'm actually gonna move that one along, but I'll hold on to the marbly paper. These were also Cora Korea Crafts. I think I used a couple in the mystery journal for, when? October? I'll keep those ones. Actually, will I? I'm gonna keep that one. Maybe not. Yes, no, actually, that's what I've decided. Just keep these ones. This one is actually a paper bag, but I think paper is really cute, so I'll hold on to that one. What else is here that's purple? I've got some new ones. These are from Runa Marudi. I want to keep both of those. I don't want them getting any more damage than they kind of already have been from being dumped out on the desk, so I'll keep those too. Oh, wait, what are these? These are green. They're going in the green section. Kind of feels like sifting for gold. These are also green, but these are quite thick, these doors, and I have doors represented elsewhere, so I'll move those along. Ooh, paper monogatari. This is a recent one. So vibrant, maybe a bit too much for me, actually. I'm gonna move this piece along. And these are also from that set. That's a pretty cute little repeating pattern. Maybe. Oh, I like this one, especially that it's got like folk dance, folklore, folk song, folksy. Oh, it repeats actually. Yeah, I like that, I'll keep that. Oh, I love that one. Keep. When in doubt, keep. I'm just gonna keep them all. They don't go in purple though. You can put those in blue and this one can go in yellow. Oh, purple from Runa Marudi, a recent addition to my lovely collection. Keep. We've got pink next, which you'd think would be a huge category, but it's actually not too bad. Much as I love my pinks. Lots of our handy dandy origami paper, always useful. Great for tearing, great for when you need a solid color, but you want a bigger surface area than washi tape can give you. I've also got one in a houndstooth, which I think is really fun. I don't know when I would use that, but at some point in my reading journal, that moment will come. Also have a couple of marble ones that I sort of pink toned. Gonna pop all of those back in. Keep. I only have a few sheets of this left. This is actually, I think, a vinyl that's intended to be used with a cutting machine, but I didn't have a cutting machine when I got it. I just would use it to cut strips off and put in my journal. I haven't used this in a while. It's got this like really hyper green reflection to it. I think I'm actually gonna move this along. Maybe I'll keep one, but we'll get rid of the others. This is a cute little collection of different sized and shaped papers, mostly with pink florals on. A bit hard to see in there, but trust me, gonna keep those. We're about to get a visit from a Little Peaches. That's another origami. And these two are envelopes. One's a little bit dinged up. I've like folded that at some point. The other one's in pretty good nick. They're a little bit pearlescent, which I love. I'm gonna keep both of those. Just rip them up to go in the journal, you know. Oh, hello, darling. She's also standing on, this one's kind of a peachy pink actually, but this one is from Henriette Arts. I've used some of it. There's a little bit of a sliver left. Waste not, I'm gonna keep that too. You wouldn't have guessed it, but brown's a big category for me. I've actually got a fair bit of it. This was an offcut from a sticky envelope. I don't think I need to keep that. Oh wait, was that supposed to go back in with the pink? I think so. That's pretty. Keep that, of course. I think my friend Judy may have given me this. This is, I think, sticker paper. Yeah. When we were getting excited about D&D, starting our D&D journals together at Stash Hangs, she gave us some sticker paper to print things on for our D&D journals if we wanted to. I'll hold on to that. That's lovely. Keep that. This one, I think I thought this was a sticker and it turned out to not be. It's just like a sheet of plastic, so I don't know what I would do with that. Maybe it's meant to be a pencil board. I'm not sure. I'm gonna move that one along. Matches Peaches though, doesn't it? Slightly brown toned marbles here. Keep those. What do we got here? I'm not sure where these ones came from. Not at all. They're a little on the thicker side. I kind of love the old letter style, but I think I'm actually gonna move those ones along. Some craft paper, are you? Ah, no, you're a lie. That should go in with the yellow. Oh god, that's kind of a horrible color. I don't like it. Oh yeah, this was Cora Korea Crafts packaging again that I thought was really cool, so I held on to it. I'm gonna continue to do so. I've got some little craft paper envelopes. You would not believe how often these have come in handy for tearing up. I'll keep them. This set came from Cora Korea Crafts. I think these are fairly thick from memory. Yeah, kind of a cardstock vibe. Really pretty, but I think they're a little too already layered. That's quite lovely. Oh, maybe I keep that one. That's quite lovely too. The ones with people on, I'm a little less enthused by. I kept similar things that had like potion bottles, didn't I? I'm gonna get rid of the rest, yeah. So these ones can go, but I'll keep these two. I think that little plastic pencil board thing was from this set. I've had this set for a long time. Bits of it, I keep thinking, I'll use that, and then I forget that I have it. So let's just go through and cherry pick. Same again. I think that's beautiful, but it's plastic. What do you do with it? Lots of little bits of lace. Oh, I hate the coffee stain on that. That ruined it. That's kind of nice. The color's a little bit too yellowy for what I imagine I'd like to do with it. No, do you know what? I actually think I'm gonna get rid of this whole set. Its time has come. Thank you for your service. Got stacks and stacks of origami paper. These ones are craft paper on one side and then whatever their real color is on the other. Keep all of those. This set I bought thinking I would use it for June in the last mystery journal with the little houses, and then I didn't. It's like brand new. I haven't used any of it. I haven't wanted to, so I'm gonna move that along. I got this one at an op shop for like 50 cents, I think, which is really cool. It's actual old mail that they've salvaged, and I can't bring myself to use it, but I think it's really cool. It's like Mr. J. David Letham in Edinburgh. Sail a tall ship. It's just so cool. I'm gonna keep it. We've got this really thin, like decoupage paper here with nightly things on it. I think it's really cool, but it's already assembled, you know? I don't know what I'd do with it. I'm gonna just move that piece along. Oh, I love some patterns. When you do an academia things in this kind of color scheme, these are so great. These must have been from Paper Monogatari. I'm gonna keep them. These are some more from that set from earlier. Yeah, I don't know. They can go. I will keep these though, useful. These I think I cut off a gift bag, and I did use them a little in my memory keeping already, but I think I've used it enough, so I'll get rid of those. Korea Crafts, let's have a look. That's pretty cool, but that's upside down, isn't it? Nah, they can all go. This one can probably go in green, hey. While we're doing brown, I think that one can go in here, and maybe that one could go in pink. This one, I don't know. I might put it in my multi section that's later on. I've also got all these little offcuts of this gold wrapping paper that I've used a couple of times in the journal. I want to keep all of those. Putting those in brown because it's kind of the closest. This is also more of that. This beautiful girly from Marigo Nasuli, she can go in the brown section. Also these sticky notes. These are from Hubmed and Chub Girl's advent calendar last year, and I go through sticky notes when I'm setting up the mystery journal, so I'll hold on to those. These were all those little thank you cards from Anna. I think these can probably go because they're a bit thicker. And this one I think would be the most beautiful cover page for my Japan journal, so I'm keeping that one. I'm gonna pop that in. Where will I put that? Pink? Oh, what color are you? I'm gonna put that in the pink too, I think. Kind of halfway between pink and purple, but it's also got red undertones. I'm just gonna call it pink. Oh, there are sticker sheets in here. Whoops. I'll pop the sticker sheets aside because they don't need to be. Is it only the one? Good job, me. That could probably go in brown. That can probably go in pink. That, oh, are you gray? It looks slightly green. I'm gonna put it in green. Put this one in blue. I'll put this one also. Oh, they're so pretty. In blue, and that's the piece of artwork. I'm gonna put that, let's like hold it away from me and blur my eyes. Pink, gorgeous. This one, Lake Collection, beautiful. This one always reminds me of Gautier's Heart's a Mess. I think it's very interesting and cool, but not for me. Move it along. Also pink, also Paper Monogatari, stunningly beautiful. Keeping, oh, there's a bunch more stuff hiding over here. Oh, Henriette Arts, pink. Some more origami paper. Keep. I think they're gorgeous, but they're a bit thick for ease of use, so I'm gonna move them along. A little beige piece of Paper Monogatari goodness, I'll keep that. Calling beige brown for purposes of categorizing. This cute little girly came along with an order from Bloomsicle Paper Co. I think she's beautiful, I'll keep her. This writing paper set's quite cute. A little bit of purple on the side, but I don't know, I don't think I'll use this one. I'm gonna move that along. This is an interesting one. This was a writing set that belonged temporarily to my grandmother. This apparently used to be like a marketing thing that they did. Hold on, I just don't wanna show there's an address printed on some of these. I don't wanna, it's not doxing her, she's no longer with us, but still, I don't want you to see it just in case. There are some things in here that could go, you know, like this is a card, a little thank you card. It's adorable, but it's not me. I can't show you the tops of these stickers because they're like address labels, but those are really pretty. The envelopes are gorgeous. Of course, the writing paper itself over here is gorgeous. And there's a couple of just plain envelopes too. Look, it never hurts to have these things on hand. I don't know if I've ever really looked at these ones before. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, okay, look, I'm just gonna keep the lot. Those birds are really beautiful though. This was from something called the Shepherd Center. They would just like mail you this stuff and then be like, hey, if you like it, you can pay for it. And people were always like, no, why would I do that? Oh, I don't know where to keep these. I think I'll keep them with this. They can go in that multicolor section. This I think can go in blue. But we're up to black, or what I'm calling black. Don't know why that's in it. I don't know where I'd put it though. Otherwise, green or red? Green. This is just black paper, same as before. I bought it to do a theme. I've used it a couple of times. I probably don't need as much as I have, but I do feel like I come back to the black more often than the other colors, so I'm gonna keep all of those. I've also included gray here, obviously, because where else are you gonna put it? Some black and grey, that's a sticker. Origami paper, of course we'll keep those. This was from Korea Crafts. I thought it was quite pretty, very like dark, gothic vibes, more origami paper. I really like these, but I think I'm gonna move them along. They're not quite my vibe. Oh, am I? I have this idea that I don't want to tell you about yet, but these would be great for it. Okay, I'll keep them. And a little bit that I've already ripped up, keep that. I'm also going to put this little kitty in there on the black section, and this little set of tearaway paper labels too. Also, I figure this can kind of fall into grey, but maybe it's more on the white side. I'll put it aside for now. Might pop this in brown. Our next category is white, which I've used kind of liberally. Yeah, there's another one of those, so clearly I've had this thought before. I have used this sort of as a liberal term to cover cream things as well. These are envelopes, much the same as the pink ones from earlier. Pearlescent and shiny. So much fun keeping those. Origami paper that's kind of a bone color with craft backing on it. Oh, I think I'm gonna move that into brown actually. Oh, I forgot about you. This set of excellent, like it looks like book pages. And there was also sheet music in here, I think. I've had this for a while. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. I need to remember I have that more often. That's really useful. Keep all of these little bits of marbly paper. Slightly different tones. Some of them are a bit more brown, but I'll keep them all in the white bit. Some doilies. You never know when you're going to want a doily. Keep them all. Also, square doilies. Keep those too. Actually white origami paper. Keep. Ooh, these must be both. Oh, my hair on everything. Paper monogatari. Sheets of script text. Keep those. These are just envelopes, right? They could be useful. Yeah, we'll keep them. And these were from the Gothic set from Korakuri Crafts. Oh, there's another doily and a grey this time. We're going to put the grey in with the black. These were from Korakuri Crafts Gothic collection. They're kind of cool, but what would I do with them? I'm going to move those along. If I don't have ideas, I kind of feel like they should be somebody else's. And then there's this was a writing set I got in Japan the last time I was there in like 2017. I've used most of it. There's still like a couple of pages left. I'm going to move those along. I've labeled this next section as multi. Those are actually stickers, and these are more of that same set from earlier. They're really cool. I think they look awesome. But what am I going to do with them? I've got no idea. I'm moving them on. Like, that would be such a great just cover page for something. But then what do you do with the rest of the theme, you know? So yeah, best laid plans, move them along. This is from Paper Monogatari. I think I'm going to move that one along. These are sort of tarot style cards from Korakuri Crafts Elements collection. I think they're super pretty. And I used a couple in the Reading Journal of Destiny last year, but I think the rest might do better in someone else's hands. Farewell. Now that I'm looking at this again, I think I am going to put it back in the yellow. These I'll put in my multi section. And here's what else is in that section. I've got these night guys from Korakuri Crafts. They're so freaking cool, but I don't know how I'd use them. And then we've also got the elements on some cards too. They're all quite thick. I think they look amazing, but I've had them for a while. I have no idea. So let's move all of those along, make some space. These spacey ones, they're kind of cool. I think I used up all the ones I really liked in the April theme in the mystery journal, so I'm going to move those along. This was wrapping paper from something that I've had for so long and I haven't used it. Move it along. This came from Marie, I think, a friend at Sticker Hangs. I think I'm going to move those along too. That's just a little offcut. That can go. A couple more. I'm going to keep those two. I like those two. Let's put all of those in the get rid of box. I've got this kicking around over here, this Egyptian nobility set. I think these are papers. Pretty recent acquisition from JOURNALSAY. Kind of cool scrapbook paper set. It's a bit weird, honestly, but I have a book in mind that I want to use this for, and then I'll get rid of it. So for now, I'll hang on to it. What's in here? Oh, these are my Kindle cases. Oh yeah, so I'll be keeping these, but so you can see, this is something I usually do in a members only live stream with my channel members on the Page Majors and the Jubilant Journals tiers. We'll set up some new ones for each season. There's a Christmassy one. I bought one of those clear cases and then I just like cut a bit of paper to match the inside of that. And these are the bits of background paper I usually use. Quite limited in color range, so I'll sometimes like go with something different, but this works really well. I love it. So I'm obviously keeping all of these, and I'm going to keep them in this folder because it's been really good for that. So obviously Christmas, this is my other Christmas. These are both with Washi Tape Shop ephemera. Pretty cute. Sometimes we lean into the fantasy vibes a little bit more. This one's kind of a wintry, dark academia romance kind of a vibe. a little bit historical romance maybe. And then I had so much fun making this one. I feel like it's a bit out of character for me, but this was my little sci-fi moment and I think it's so cute. So obviously I'm keeping all of those. We're into the last section here, which is a thick one. And this one I've called packs. All right, what do we got here? These were from the Alice in Wonderland collection. I remember I was immediately disappointed with these frames because part of the frame was cut off on all of them. And these are very obviously Alice in Wonderland coded to not for me. Move all of those along. Don't remember about this one though. Oh yeah, it's the tea party thing. They're quite pretty, but there's a lot of people going on. I like that one. I'll keep that one. Yeah, just the one. Too many people. Where will I put that? That's difficult for colors. Multi. This is a Daiso origami paper set. 3 different designs, 4 sheets of each. I pictured myself using this first one in the mystery journal for something specific, and then I didn't. I haven't used any of them, so I'm just going to pass this whole thing along. This Ink Drops paper pack I've had before. We've got some offcuts of it in there already. This is a new version, a new set of them, which I got to replace the old one because I used it so much, and then I haven't used it at all, so I'm going to get rid of this one too. Oh, here's more Alice in Wonderland stuff. I'm going to get rid of all of those. And that leaves us with all of this beautiful vellum from Sterling Ink. I've had ideas for a couple of these sheets for a while. These are quite lovely. A few of them I feel like I vibe with less now than I did when I got them. I think that is beautiful. I like this one. I used the other half of that sheet in the beginning of my last bullet journal. These ones with the grid and flowers and stuff, I feel I'm less attached to. Keep that one. I might move this one along. Nah. They're quite busy, aren't they? They're really beautiful, but they're not quite my style. Keep the floral and this floral. Maybe not that one. Maybe not that one. I've had these for such a long time now. Keep, not keep, definitely keep those two. So we'll move all of these ones along, put all of these ones back. We have significantly decreased the width of this, which is great because I was having trouble fitting it in my cupboard in the spot where I'd been keeping it, so that makes me really happy. And of course there's also this big guy, which I'm not getting rid of at all, but I figured you'd want to have a little sticky beak if you're into things that I'm into. Literally just a big book of wrapping paper with William Morris designs in. I don't feel bad about using it because it's wrapping paper. It was pretty expensive though, I will say. Let's just have a little peruse. They're so lovely. Let me know if you see any of your favorite William Morris designs in here. I also definitely have favorite William Morris designs. Also, some of them are a glossy texture, the first half of the book, and the second half of the book are more of a matte texture, which I prefer in my journal, just as far as shooting with lights, you know, you don't get that shininess. Keeping that, of course. We're onto pencil cases, and I have a few of those. I don't think I need this many. Starting with one I know I'm going to keep. This one is actually technically not a pencil case, it's a little purse. I got this at a vintage clothing market, pretty cheap from what I remember. I just think it's really pretty. It's great for when you need a flat pencil case because it's not very wide. This one fits really well in my Teddy Blake bag for when I'm just taking a few things to run out and take my journal on the go, so I'm keeping this one. This one is quite a large pencil case. It has a lot of storage. It's clamshell kind of design. I took this with me on my trip to the UK last year. And I'm personally not a huge fan of this shade of green. It's a very kind of olive warm toned green, which just isn't really in my wheelhouse. So I'm gonna move this one along. This is another pencil case I definitely know I want to keep. This one came from the Notebook Therapy Lucky Myth mystery bag last year. It's only little. It's got this lovely kind of velvety fabric. There's a little inside pocket. This is the main space. And there's a separate little zippy front pocket here with the embroidery on. It has a little gusset base, so it sits a little bit wider. You can put some washi tapes and things in this one. And it will indeed fit a Tombow or two. This one is like a level up from this one. You can just fit some deeper things in it. Definitely want to keep this one. It's also super cute. This one I picked up when I started getting into fountain pens. Which way is up? It's hard to tell. I feel like the fabric's supposed to go that way, but I think this is the front. It's just a cheapie. But this one I was thinking pen storage, right? So when you open it up, you've got lots of spots to put your pens. You've got a little zippy guy over here, and there's a second half to it. So that's the front, shall we say. There's a back pocket too, and that one has more spots for pens. This little coin pouch type thing, and another little section here with another pen loop. I think I'm all right with just throwing my stuff in a normal pencil case, so I'm gonna move this one along. Bye-bye. In part because this one is a similar size. This one is from Notebook Therapy. This was the previous year's mystery bag pencil case offering. I didn't get that mystery bag, but my friend Judy actually sold me this, which was very sweet of her. The little embroidered swan is so lovely. See, you can totally still put pens in this bag. There are little bits of gold vinyl on everything I own at this point because of my July theme. Yeah, you can totally still put pens in here. There's another little flap there, zippy pouch here. It's quite flat. Apparently I like flat pencil cases, I don't know. I've used this one for sticker hangs a few times. It's a sensory delight. It's really lovely. I'm gonna keep that one. This one I've had for a while and it looks like it actually needs a little bit of a clean. It's got some marks on it here. This one's a big, big boy. I was just storing some of my markers in this for a while. Oh, it's got a marker in it. Oh, wow. Where have you been this whole time? In here, I guess. I was keeping my paint markers in it in my previous storage system, but I'm about to change up the whole storage system again, so we'll see how we go. This one has a little pocket in the front here that you can smush your pens into. I have always hated, though, that pocket is just open to the main internal big pocket of the bag too, so sometimes if you put stuff in here, it ends up in here, even though that's not where you placed it, which is really annoying. It is really large capacity though. It has this structure to it, this frame, that makes it operate like a duffel bag, you know, like a bowler almost. I have been keeping a few pins on this one, but I could pretty happily take those off, I think. It's also got another pocket in the back here. I'm just checking everything now. I'm worried that everything's gonna have stuff in it. I think I'm gonna take the pins off this one and move it along. And that's because I think this one fulfills a pretty similar purpose. I have traveled with this one and it was really good. Spots for pens. We've got a zippy pocket over here with mesh. So anything you put in there stays there because you can zip it in. It's got this cavity over here that I have unzipped at the moment, but that's expandable like a suitcase. You can zip it up and make it a more compact pencil case. And if you wanna add more stuff to it, say you're traveling or whatever. This one needs a little clean too, also. Hair, so much hair. This one I just feel is a little bit more versatile. Also, it's got this pocket in the front where you can just shove little bits. I'm gonna keep this one. And if I do need to store paint markers in a pencil case again, I'll use this one. And last but not least, my big, big boy. I've been keeping these in the bottom of my big stationery cupboard and I think stuff has been getting a little dirty in there. This one I got from Kmart, so it's a very cheap pencil case. It's got 3 pockets and they're all separate, so you can really store stuff in here. I used this to keep all of my markers in for a while there. My plan when I bought this, and I still plan to continue it because I have started, is to cover it in embroidery. I have only learned a little bit. I did these from a Skillshare class, but I want to cover the whole thing in hand embroidery. I think that would be really fun. Keeping this for both that purpose and also for storage reasons. So that means we're keeping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the pencil cases and getting rid of 3. This one's kind of a throwaway category, my gadgets, because I do plan to keep everything that you see here. I don't have a lot of gadgets that relate to what I do with my stationery, but I do have my little HP Sprocket mini printer, which is pretty dirty and needs a clean. I used to use this to make book covers for my reading journal. I'd print 4 at a time on one of the little single pages in here. I now use an inkjet printer to do that and my Cricut and sticker paper. That's just more economical for me, but I do still take this with me when I travel on bigger trips and I want to print photos immediately to go into a travel journal situation, so I'm definitely not getting rid of it. This one's one of the old models. They don't make this one anymore. I've actually bought it secondhand on Facebook Marketplace and I have 3 packets of the paper left over. I will have to stock up before I go on any more trips. And this is my PHOMEMO MO2 mini thermal printer guy. This is one of those printers that uses heat, like thermal energy, kind of like a receipt to print onto whatever paper you load it up with. They can only do like a single color, so depending on what the paper is that you put in there. This one's kind of black and white. I have some spare paper for it over here as well. Every time I use this, somebody's like, but won't it fade?
yeah, eventually. I don't know that I'm going to care about that in 15 years time, but I did, when I stocked up on some more paper, I got the 20-year version of the paper that's supposed to last for 2 decades. So I haven't used this in a little while, but I always do kind of come back to it. Sometimes I'll do titles with it. I don't have any of the clear paper at the moment. That was kind of my favorite way to do a title. I have been using, once again, the inkjet printer and the Cricut to do titles more than this lately, but I'm still going to keep it. I think it's really handy. So all of this is going to stay. Next up, we've got things that cut in all sorts of different ways, but all of these things do indeed make cuts in some way. And I have to start with this guy because I owe him a big apology. I knocked this off my desk last night and it broke. And if you spend much time on my channel, you'll know I use this thing all the time. I'm really disappointed that I broke it, and I'm gonna have to probably replace it, which is really sad. It also had, that's the original blade that it came with. It also had this other blade that I haven't used yet. And the one that I have on there right now has actually been there for a while. They just pop out so you can replace them. So I'm probably gonna keep the blades. Obviously, I have to get rid of this, it's busted. Farewell, friend, thank you for your service. I used you so much, but you need to go. This little machine does a similar thing. This one's way bigger though, which is a little tricky to operate, honestly. I tested this out in the JOURNALSAY video where I actually received this and messed around with it for the first time. It's the same concept as this thing where it's a guide, it's a plastic guide thing, and you slide this bit up and down and it cuts whatever is underneath it. It doesn't have a platform like this one, so you have to put some kind of a cutting mat underneath to protect your book if you're cutting like in a journal with this one, or whatever, your desk surface, etc, etc. But all of these little bits, all these things in little plastic containers are variants of the ways that it can cut. So rather than just making a straight cut, which is all this one can do, you can have a deckled edge where it's like an irregular, gives the impression of being torn without actually being torn. You can have a dotted edge, this little Victorian shapely kind of moment here. You can score if you wanted to fold. It's like not going to cut all the way through, it's just going to make enough of a cut that you can comfortably fold stuff. You can cut in a wave, you can make a scalloped edge, or you can make a perforation in case you want to be able to tear stuff apart later. This is such a cool system. It's really bulky, but I feel like this has a lot of potential as far as general crafting, so I'm going to keep all of this. Of course, we have scissors. We have so many scissors. I actually have more than this. I stocked up on stacks of scissors when I was teaching a workshop at the Brisbane Craft and Quilt Fair last year. In fact, I taught 2 workshops and I needed to be able to supply enough stuff for all of the attendees. And I didn't actually know how many attendees there would be until I arrived on the day. So I bought a whole bunch of like student scissors at Officeworks. I have more than this. I don't know exactly where they are. They're in a pencil case or something somewhere, but when I find them, I'll put these with them because it's just good to have those for that purpose. And of course, my little bronze and my little silver scissors. These ones I use in the journaling videos more often. I find them both really comfortable. I probably don't need 2 sets of ornate scissors. I think they're technically embroidery scissors, like they're very pointy, but I love both of them. I'm keeping both of them. And you know I love these ones because they were confiscated when I was trying to go through airport customs in Singapore. That's on me for trying to take a pair of very sharp scissors through customs in Singapore. But I like them so much, I got them again. So that's pretty high praise. And of course, I just like silver. I wanted to have a silver one to match when I do a silvery journal theme, so keeping both of those. I also have another pair of little ornate scissors. These ones are the like crane style. I got these from my Secret Santa last year, and I'm keeping these ones too. I tend to just keep these in my traveling journal bag, so like my sticker hangs, stash hangs bag, so that I don't end up losing these ones that I use in the videos. I can just keep them on my desk, keep these in the pencil case, and we're all good. So I'm keeping them too. This little guy is a craft knife. This is an interesting one. I got this in a Stationery subscription box and I don't know where they sourced it from. I haven't been able to find anything like it, but it's great because it's kind of just, the handle's the size of a pen. It's a little bit cute. It's got some like
decoration. I think there's snow globes on the handle, a bit hard to see because it's also clear. When I do need a craft knife, this is the one I reach for. I do also have one of those bigger like utility ones that I used to use before I got this one, and they work in exactly the same way. They're fantastic, but I just like how this one doesn't take up as much space, so this is the one I reach for. I have had a little dig through my drawer where I thought the other one was. I can't find it right now, but I do have a second one. If I find that, I'll probably keep both, to be honest, but this is my main one, so there's a chance I would declutter the other. But for argument's sake, let's just say I'm keeping this one. This, however, this is one of those gyro cutter things. So it's another blade kind of tool. These were a big deal about this time last year because people were like, oh, you can cut out the design that's on a PET tape and you don't have to use scissors and it's faster, and it like swivels with the movement of your hand, so it was supposed to be really easy to do. I don't know if it's just because this is a cheapy Stationery Pal one, but I did not get on with it at all. I actually found it more difficult and I would rather just use scissors, so I'm actually gonna declutter this one. And we also have 3 of these little corner punch tool things. This one's the one that's definitely been the most used in my experience. I typically always use this one to round the corners of my Dutch doors and my waterfall tabs in my journal. I got this one pretty recently because it has this little cutaway version that's on the side where the button is. It's kind of tucked in there. So this is a 4-way, this is a 3-way corner punch. Although the other corners, they've changed the order, but they are the same options. And then this one is an ornate kind of version, which has some fancier little bits and pieces. These two do literally exactly the same thing, but this one has 4 options and it has this little thing that catches your offcuts as well. So I'm gonna hold on to that version and move along this one. I'm really torn about this guy though. I haven't used it basically since I got this one, because this is just much more straightforward. But I did use it once in an April setup that was really pretty. I think I'm gonna move this one along too. So these 4 items are moving along. These ones will go to a new home. This one's broken, so I'm not gonna foist that upon anybody. And these ones, and these are the things that I am keeping, which is most of it. But I knew that, so it's fine. I was all set to move into the next category, which is fountain pens and related things. And then I found another pair of scissors. These ones I thought were gonna be great for traveling with. They can fully kind of fold down into something not very scissor shaped, which is funny. I don't find these ones very comfortable though, so I'm actually gonna move these ones along. Now we can get into fountain pens and related things. I have a few. This is probably slightly unreasonable for someone who doesn't actually use fountain pens all that often, but let's go through, shall we? Shall we make this kind of autobiographical? This is my partner's Lamy Safari, I think. When I was having trouble with the paper in a particular journal that I used for the first half of 2024, I mentioned that I thought a fountain pen might be a better way because the paper in that journal was quite textured and it was tearing up my usual Sakura Pigma microns. And my partner said, use this one. And it's really good and I like it a lot. It's not even mine, so of course I'm not getting rid of it, keep. Baby's first fountain pen of her own. This is the Platinum Little Shooting Star in Sky Blue. I got this one from Stationery Pal. They ship it with a cartridge and I've got one of them already in there, good to go. I think I may have robbed it from this pen, which is the same one because I did originally use up the cartridge that came with this one. My knowledge of fountain pens is limited, but I do think this is a really nice little starter pen. Keeping it. This one I've used on the channel a little bit. I'm very lucky that living in Brisbane, we have a thriving stationery community, which includes monthly fountain pen meetups just for people who like fountain pens. And when I went to my very first fountain pen meetup, a lovely gentleman there was getting rid of some of his old pens and he gave me this one. And so I didn't know what it was and I didn't know what it was inked with. It's still inked with that same stuff. I don't think there's like a converter or anything in there. I think he's just dumped the ink straight into the barrel of the pen, so I'm not game to open it until it kind of runs out on me. I have successfully reverse image searched this, but I cannot for the life of me remember what it's called, so I'll just put it on the screen in case you're interested. I really like this pen, think it's really pretty. I'm gonna keep it. This one I got from Paper World. I think this one's really pretty as well. I did have this inked up with like shiny ink, I think, and it seems to have all evaporated, which is sort of funny. I haven't got a lot of use out of this one yet. I do think the pen looks really pretty. I don't know much about the nib, whether or not I like it, so I'm gonna keep this. I do need to make an effort to actually use my pens a bit more. I think this one came from Chris's stash as well. He already had like a bunch of fountain pens. And when I said, I think I want to get into fountain pens, he was like, here you go. I don't know what this is. I don't know where it's from. I don't know what's in it. Nothing by the looks of that. Probably needs a good clean. Again, this is not my pen, so yeah, I'm keeping it. I'm not gonna get rid of stuff that isn't actually mine. This is another platinum little shooting star. It's exactly the same as the first one, in fact. Oh yeah, see, I've definitely just nicked the cartridge that was in this one. I've nicked it from in this pen. But I think I did discover that I have one in this preppy. Yeah, there's one kicking around in there that I think would work. So maybe I should move this in here and move this along to somebody else, because I don't really need two of the exact same pen. So that one I'm going to de-stash. We should probably talk about the preppy then at the same time. I think I also got this one from Stationery Pal. I've never used it. It doesn't have anything in it, but I do have somewhere here one of the little push-pull converters that Stationery Pal also sell. I've heard great things about them, so I'd like to give it a shot. I'm gonna hold on to you. These two, I believe, are the exact same pen. They look like a Lamy Safari, like look at that. That's a rip-off right there if I ever saw one. But they're not. I actually got these with a counterfeit advent calendar that I bought last year, not realizing it was a counterfeit advent calendar. They feel cheap. They feel really like, ooh, basic. They've come with converters in, which is nice, I guess. Kind of similar to the little shooting stars. I probably don't need two of the exact same knockoff pen. I was getting rid of the pink one in the little shooting star, so should I keep the green in these two? Also, it's got something kind of funky going on with the plastic over its little converter window here. But visually, I prefer the color of the pink one. Let's just, oh, this is coming out of its plastic anyway. Let's just have a look. Oh, I may have just, yeah, okay, so I just didn't rotate this enough, or too far, maybe. There we go. I'm gonna keep the pink one and move along this guy, but I don't know that they're any good. So bye-bye green knockoff Lamy. When I first went to Stash Hangs and said, guys, I want to get into fountain pens, my lovely Judy hooked me up with a whole kit, including this little guy, whose name I cannot remember right now. Jinhao, that's what you are. It's written right there on the cap. I'm at a point where I just have quite a little stash already going on of pens that I'm planning to keep. And I have another pen that Judy also gave me that I think might be a little bit more up my alley, so I think I'm gonna de-stash this one. Also, orange is so not really my jam, but wasn't it lovely of my friend to be like, here's a fountain pen for you to start with? I want to keep that going, so I'm going to pass this on to someone else who's a fountain pen newbie. De-stash. And this one is also from my lovely friend Judy. Recently, the Officeworks stores, which is a big box stationery and office supplies store in Australia, have been having some serious discounts on some of their fountain pen ranges. But it's not like across the board, it's specific to certain stores. And Judy went into one near her and they had these going for like a ridiculous price. She grabbed a bunch and brought them to STICKII Hangs and was like, prayers for everybody. And I'm very excited about it. I love that it's a medium. I do prefer myself a nice medium nib. I know the nib sizes are different between like Asian fountain pens and Western fountain pens. I still think it looks like a really nice pen. I like that it's clear. I want to play with this bad boy, so I'm going to keep you. I have this little Pilot dip pen that I got for taking to fountain pen meetups and swatching, essentially. It's great. It's really lightweight. I think it would be difficult to break. It's got some cat hair on it. Are we surprised? I have other dip pens, but I like this one serves a particular purpose, so I'm going to keep it. Speaking of dip pens, I haven't got to try this one out yet, but my friend Dan got me this one at a medieval festival type situation. It's actually a handle, 3 nibs, and an ink as well, which is a powder that you mix up yourself, which I think sounds really fun. Definitely keen to try it out, not getting rid of that one. I think it could be a fun little experiment. What if it turns out to be amazing? Keep. Another dip pen. This one's glass though. I got this one from Stationery Pal. It's their Sakura dip pen. I really enjoy a glass dip pen. I do find that it has like a right way around to hold it though. I need to find a way to mark where that is. It isn't kind of an even writing experience all the way around, but I'm kind of okay with that. It was very cheap. Also really great for swatching, and I think it's quite pretty. It kind of looks like a unicorn horn, so keep. Along with my stash of goodies that lovely Judy gave me when she gave me my little orange pen was a syringe so that I could fill cartridges and stuff without having to get really messy. Very sweet, very lovely. Keeping that. She also gave me this little ink spoon, which is the cutest thing in the world. Of course, I'm also keeping that. That's really fun for swatching too. I have this Ferris wheel press rollerball pen, which I still haven't inked up. I meant to. It's an interesting concept. I think if I'm gonna go fountain pen, I wanna go fountain pen, right? I'm gonna go harder into it. So I think I'm gonna move that one along. Pretty cool though, like it's still in its box. When I looked this one up on their official website, they said that they don't recommend using glitter or shimmer inks in their rollerball pens, which seems kind of ridiculous to me since Ferris Wheel Press's whole thing is kind of shiny stuff. They do have some inks that don't, but the internet seems to recommend if you do use one of these pens that you use like a lubricated ink. So it's just a lot of fussing around. I'm gonna move it along. Let's do this one next because I can tell you up front that I'm not planning to get rid of it. This is my collection of calligraphy dip nibs. I got this on Amazon a while ago. Lots of pointed pens for copperplate and such styles of calligraphy, but also some broad nibs, also some of whatever those are called, where they have the little circle on the end. These are the ones that I cleaned with a potato. So after I did that, lovely Judy, who keeps me educated on all of the things, was like, Erin, you're gonna get mold in your inks. And I was like, oh man, I hadn't thought about that. So I am gonna give these a really good wash before I dip them into any other inks. But I do plan to keep all of those. And everything that remains is in some way related to this brand, Tom's Studio. So I guess we'll discuss the pens first. This is the Lumos pen. I have a whole video about this pen on my channel in case you're keen to find out more. This is the Duo version, so it's a dual tipped pen. Uses fountain pen inks, but not in a kind of flowing way. Like a fountain pen usually has like a, think of it like a little jar inside, right? The liquid goes in there and then it feeds through the top of the pen. Instead of a little jar of ink inside these ones, we have, I'm honestly not sure if they'd be stoked to hear me describe it this way, but it's the best way that I know how. We have these little ink tampons instead. So these are like a little cottony situation. When you fill them up with ink, they hold it inside kind of like how a felt tip marker does. And when it comes out of the pen, it's not quite as aggressive. It doesn't flow, it still flows out of the pen, but it doesn't come out like as a liquid anymore. It sort of behaves more like your Tombow dual brush pen, your Ultra Null of Calligraph, like your marker of choice. You can't put shimmer inks in these pens either, but they are really fun. I used only this pen for a whole month to see if I really could replace all of my other pens with it, because the idea is that they're endlessly reusable and better for the planet than buying like 8,000 pens over the course of your life and throwing them all away. I love this pen. I still use it a lot, which I think says a lot considering that I had some rough times with it in the course of that month where it was the only pen I used. I'm absolutely keeping the Lumos. And when I made that video, I stocked up on reservoirs for it. So I've got lots still left over for both the Lumos and the Ren, which is the next pen that we'll talk about. But before we do, when you buy that pen, it comes with a set of tips so you can change out what kind of pen you're using. Essentially, you can have a fine liner, you can use a brush tip so you can do brush lettering with it, you can have a little chisel tip, broad nib situation, it's got a bullet nib, and then it's got a couple of these like felt tip writing tips as well. I'm not getting rid of any of those, obviously I'm keeping all of them. I also bought some extra brush tips, which are what's in here, because they're my favorites to use, so I thought it would be good to have several. These are little gold tips that go with that same Lumos pen that keep your fine liner tips in place when you're using them, so I don't want to get rid of those. This is a little squishy tip cover that you're supposed to use when you want to change out the inks or the tips so that you don't get ink all over your fingers. I actually have a spare one as well, so obviously I'm not getting rid of those. And these are some of the inked up reservoirs. You can keep them in little jars like this and just pop them back into the pen when you want to use it again. So I've got like a green in here. I think I've got a brown and a red maybe in this one. I currently have a black ink in the fine liner end and a bright pink in, I think I have the chisel. Yeah, the chisel tip in there right now. Obviously not getting rid of any of that stuff either. And then we have the Ren. This is also a pen from Tom's Studio. This one is a writing pen. It just has one tip option. You can replace it though, so if it wears down, you can pop a new one in there. It uses the exact same system to ink up the pen. You just fill up your little ink tampon. It comes with some black ink, so does the Lumos. This is kind of my main everyday writing pen. I chose the blush color, this kind of soft rose gold. I think it's gorgeous. No way am I getting rid of this. I love this pen, so absolutely keep. I don't think anyone's surprised by this either, but I'm keeping most of this stuff. So these are all of the fountain pen items in the keep pile, and these ones I'm going to find new homes for. On the topic of fountain pens, of course that also means that fountain pen inks are something I probably have, and I do. I don't want to get rid of any of them at this stage though. Most of what I have is samples anyway, and I did already give them their own video a couple of months ago when I set up this fountain pen swatch journal. So they are all featured on my channel already. If you're interested, I will just link you to the video where I swatched all of those if you are keen to see what I have in my fountain pen ink collection. Next up, we've got pens. I have been storing the majority of them in these acrylic drawers, which has worked pretty well. I do wish the Tombos would fit this way in the drawers, and the calligraphs for that matter, but it doesn't work out that way, unfortunately. This is not really a keep and de-stash kind of situation. For some things it is actually. Like, I think I'm going to de-stash these like highlighter pens. They're all purple and blue. They're cute, but I don't have a need for them, so those will probably go. Likewise, actually, these gel pens. I was really excited about these when I got them, and then I used some of them a little bit in the initial setup in the most recent mystery journal. And it reminded me why I don't love gel pens. They take such a long time to dry. I have zero patience for that. And then the glitter, while it was a really fun effect, transferred onto the facing page, and I didn't love that. So I'm actually going to get rid of these ones too. Even though I have swatched these ones in my handy dandy little notebook of swatches here, I'll just go through and cross the ones out that I'm not keeping. Did I? Yeah, these ones. See how there's glitter? Maybe you can't, it's a little tricky to see, but there's glitter on the facing page here too. I'm just not into that, so I'm gonna get rid of those. But for the rest of them, it's more a case of do they work than it is about do I want them or not? To help me work that out, I'm introducing my handy dandy research and development journal here. I'm just going to test all of my pens out on the page here and make sure that they work, and if they do work, they can stay. If not, farewell. This unit is all paint markers, so we're going to start here. These ones are mostly the Artistro brush tip paint markers, which are amongst my favorites for coloring in stamps. I love using paint markers with my stamps. They help you very quickly cover a whole surface area, which is great because you don't want the paint to dry on the stamp before you can stamp it on your page. I don't actually think the white does much of anything, but I'll hang on to it anyway. These ones look to still be in pretty good working order. Yeah, and this set came with some metallics, which are the ones with the black barrels, as well as the matte colors, which are the ones with the white barrels. Can I fit these ones this way? No. Oh, that sucks. I've got approval for all of the matte colors so far, and I have pretty high hopes that all of the metallics will be pretty good too. I can just hang on to all of them. That would be nice. I have been storing them flat, obviously, which helps with the longevity of this kind of pen. And these ones also only have one end that the paint comes out of, so if you did have to store them a particular way, you would know which way to do it, right? Very helpful in that kind of situation. I do love a dual-ended pen though. All my Artistro brush tip paint markers are in excellent working order, so I'm going to keep the lot. Next up are these ones from ArtX, and a couple of other little rogues in there too. These ones are dual tips, and I know I have used the heck out of some of these ones. To try two ends for these. Let's actually just empty it so I can put the tested ones somewhere. Definitely used the gold and silver ones of these more than everything else, which makes sense. These ones are all metallic colors, which is always fun. A really interesting range of colors on these ones because they definitely kind of sit in the jewel toned family, and there's some crossover with the other set of paint markers, but I do feel like they are worth keeping in their own right. I've never had any trouble with these drying out at all. That's a really nice color. Kind of a burnt orange rather than an orange orange. Oh, but we've got an orange too. That's also a really nice color. How funny. I should use those more often. These are really good for stamps too for a similar reason. You've got the large brush end that you can cover a lot of surface area with, but they're also good for lettering in smaller spaces because you've got that bullet nib on the other side. That one's got some wear to the bullet tip because I think I must have used it with a ruler at some point, and that's never a fun time with a fiber tip. You can cause a lot of damage that way, but it's not damaged enough for me to be concerned about throwing it out. That one may be a little bit too. If you pick the right angle, it's okay. Some of these colors I feel like I've only ever used to swatch, whereas the variety of golds, I love that you get several golds in this set. I think that's really fun, but I've definitely used the heck out of the golds, particularly this one. I'm pretty sure, look, yeah, Oh, it's a shame because it's so pretty. We've still got some good juice in the other end though, so maybe I'd need to work out a system for this. Somewhere in my house there exists a Sharpie. I could put a little mark with the Sharpie on the lid so that I know that that one doesn't really operate so well anymore. But I don't know where it is. Maybe it's in the kitchen. I think I used it to label some food at one point. These ones look like they're all gonna stay too. Last one, yeah. Metallic black is always kind of a funny thing. It's just kind of a softer black, right? This is a little swatch sheet that the markers came with, so I'll keep that with them. And I also had in that drawer this set that I got from JOURNALSAY a little while ago. Similar concept, we've got a brush tip on one end. It's a very green gold. I don't love that actually. I think I'm gonna move that one along. Silver, I do really like the silver and I have used it semi-recently I think, so I'm gonna keep the silver. And I've got some white here and I think they actually probably perform better than the Artistro white, but I have two of it. Do I need two? I have other white paint markers too. I think I might move the white one along. So these two will go, but the rest of this drawer is gonna go back in. And then at the bottom, we've got some more paint markers. These ones I have found to be a little bit more finicky though. These ones are from Peter Pauper Press. They're the Studio Series acrylic paint marker set. They're the sort that you have to press down to get the paint to come into the tip the first time you use them. And so sometimes they need a good shake. Sometimes you need to like, press down with them and get the paint to saturate again. I don't know if it's because I don't use the other colors super often. And then you can get like a big blob like this and still not really have the tip working that well. I don't reach for these very often. I'm actually, ooh, this is potentially a bit controversial. I'm thinking about maybe moving these ones along. They're also just kind of more difficult in general to use. I've had them for a while and I really don't reach for them that often, except for the white one. You might recognize it because this is one of my most used pens ever. It's also starting to go a bit weird, but I use this one to cover mistakes a lot in my journal and it's incredible for that. So I'm going to definitely keep the white one, but I think I might actually move the rest of them along. I am really wanting to downsize here, and my last couple of categories I didn't get rid of very much at all. So it would be good to have one less thing, you know, or several less things depending how you look at it. Most of them do work pretty well, reasonably, so I think I'd be okay with passing these on to somebody. I'll keep the white one, but the rest of them I'm gonna find a new home for. And because I use it to fix mistakes so often, I actually just keep this white one in my top drawer, so I'll put it back there so I know where it is. I also have this white Uni Posca paint marker that I bought specifically because I wanted to cover mistakes, and I found that I don't love it. It's kind of sheer by comparison to the Peter Pauper Press one, so I'm gonna get rid of that too. Love how I said that I wasn't looking to get rid of pens and then I'm getting rid of pens. This set is from JOURNALSAY. I haven't had these ones for too long. They're a kind of unusual collection because they're very like neutral. They have other sets too. These ones are brush tip paint markers. I don't typically go for the neutrals that often, but I do every now and then. I used these in my most recent reading journal, the like July-August reading journal video, quite some. I really like that they have dedicated colors as well, that they've got like a color number so you know which one you're using. I guess that speaks to a broader overall range of colors to choose from. Maybe I should look into getting some more of these, although how many brush tip paint markers does one woman need? Surely not that many. They do, you can see from the above that they really do fill a gap in my collection because I don't have other colors like these. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'll keep them in the packaging for now in case I change my mind later, but I'm gonna put those in the drawer where the Peter Pauper Press series ones were, and I'm gonna keep those in there. That's it for paint markers. Let's move on to more of a water-based brush marker kind of situation. These two sets I also got at the same time as that last paint marker set from JOURNALSAY. They're brush pens, which I think is pretty cool for like lettering. These ones really remind me of the Pentel brush sign pens, but they're like a touch firmer maybe. I really like them, and I picked these two sets because I thought these are colors that I don't really have a lot of in my collection. I haven't done much with them. Haven't reached for them, kind of forgot that I had them. But look how nice they are. I also have another of their sets, same style of pen. This is the Glacial set. That one, the previous was Tropical. So similar vibes. You can very easily get a nice thick downstroke, thin upstroke. They do also maybe a little bit feel like the Tombow Fudenosuke brush pens, the hard version of those. Yeah, I really like them. I had forgotten how good they were. I definitely want to keep the Glacial set because those are colors that I can see myself reaching for often. And I don't feel like I have these really covered in my existing collection of the brush sign pens. These ones though, I'm less sure about, but maybe because they're colors I don't reach for often, I should keep them, like on the basis of that. For now, I'm just going to put them back in their packaging and assume yes, and maybe they'll leave at a later declutter, but for now I'm going to hold on to all of them. This one's a really interesting little brush pen. My friend Judy just recently went to Japan and she brought me this back as omiyage, I guess. It's a lovely brush tip. Japan does brush tips like nobody's business. Of course they do. You need them for their lettering style. You can never go wrong with a black brush tip marker, so I'm gonna hold on to that one. It's really, really lovely and very juicy. This stack of pens is mostly Tombow dual brush pens, but also some ALLLL calligraphs, some Pentel brush sign pens, and I've grouped them by color. So I guess let's start a new swatch page over here and we'll just go. I do also have some doubles here. I was given a couple of sets of these lovely Pentel brush sign pens by my friend Jessie, who owns a stationery store, when I helped her out with organizing the store one time. Yeah, see, I don't need two of the exact same pen, do I? I'll keep one, I'll move the other one along. I may have actually bought one of those at the Louvre and the other one I got from Jessie. That's the Tombow 772. It's working well, I'll keep it. Why do I have two of you, sir? Excuse you. Do they both work as well as each other? Looks like it. Okay, I don't need two of the same pink pen. We just established that. This is the Tombow 800, which is a barely there color anyway. I think this one's probably gonna run out of juice soon, but it seems to be doing okay for now. I love it for a second line highlight, but it really doesn't show up on camera very well at all. This is the 850 Tombow dual brush pen, so a touch more saturated, a touch peachier, works well, keep it. 723 Barbie, like hyper pink, works really well. I almost never use it, but keep. I'm not a completionist by any means. I don't have the full set of Tombow dual brush pens. This is the 817, but the ones that I do have, I'm not willing to lose. So 761, I usually keep this one out actually because it's one of the core colors that I used when I set up my reading journal at the beginning of the year. It's working well. I guess I'll put it away. I know which one it is. This is another brush touch pen, but brush sign, what they are, they're Pentel. That one works really nicely. Gonna keep it. This one's an ALLLL calligraph, and I have been finding my calligraphs have been starting to die on me. They've been drying out. That one seems like it's okay though. It's kind of somewhere in between pink and beige, but I keep it with the pink, we'll keep it. This is another Pentel. Barbie, bright, bright pink. I don't know that I'm gonna reach for that one too often, but I will keep it. This one's a mild liner. I got these with a specific purpose in mind, which was my cash flow journal, which I kind of fell off for a while. I always forget these are double-ended. Yeah, I fell off the cash flow journal for a while. I have kind of picked it back up in the last 2 months, but I'm not color coding things anymore with it. But the mild liners would be great for reading, annotating, like book annotating, which is funny because I said the same thing about this set, but I'm getting rid of that. But the mild liners are very, very gently colored, so maybe I'll keep them for that, but I'm gonna maybe put them separately somewhere. Let's move into some reds. That's the 757, works, looks good. 856, bright red, works really well, very good. This is the 847, a bit more of a cherry red, a little bit more of a blue undertone than the orange of the previous. That one's lovely, you can stay. And then we've got a red Pentel, lovely. Keep. Let's put that drawer back in. Next drawer, I tried to go rainbow order, right? So pink, red, orange, yellow, brown. Let's do calligraphs first. There are quite a few calligraphs in this category. I guess that makes sense because ALLLL do really love their earth tones. Deep chocolatey brown, that's really nice. What am I doing? Get out. Keep that one. This one's kind of mustardy. Definitely find the finer end of the calligraphs dries out pretty quickly, which is sad. This one's also, ooh, yeah, that one's gonna go, bye. They got the mustard out. Let me know if you get the reference. I think that one's gonna go too, sadly. I've been watching a lot of that series lately, actually. This one looks like it's dying too. Funnily enough, the smaller end is still okay in that one. I did use these ones a lot in the mystery journals the past couple of years. I don't have very many in that kind of medium tone brown area, so I think I'll keep that one. Even though it is dying, it can probably go on the next round. We're into the Tombos now. That's the 992. I use this one a lot lately. Who Am I? Similar, this is the 990. Same kind of vibe, but just a touch paler. Really cute, really lovely. You Can Stay. 910, like a soft peach. Very sweet, Keeping You. 991, yellow, like a marigold. Buttercup. Very pretty. The Tombos last forever, man. They're so good if you store them well. Those are 993, 991. Okay, they are different. They're very similar colors. This one's maybe a touch more saturated. Keep it. 020, very pale yellow. Quite lovely, actually. I should use that one more often. Is that the opal color? They all have color names, but I can never remember them. 090. This one is a bit more of a highlighter kind of a color. I don't know that I'll ever use it, but it can stay. You never know. And then I've got 3 Rogue Browns as well. This one is the Pilot Fude Makase, which I said wrong for a really long time. Very, very fine tip on these ones. I got onto these pens because of Icy Studios, and then Washi Gang sold them, so I got 3, I think. I've got a brown, a black, and a navy blue. That's really nice. This one is the Pentel. That's really nice. You Can Stay. And this one's the Tombow Fudenosuke in brown. That's got a bit more of a red tone to it. That's really nice too. You Can Stay. Those are all our brown markers, keeping those ones. Moving on to our next drawer, which is green. We'll start with the calligraphs again. This is a beautiful green. It's from memory very similar. Oh, that end's sort of drying out, but that's okay, I guess. Very similar to the 192 Asparagus Tombow, which I love and use all the time. That's a bit more of a grey green. Yeah, I guess You Can Stay for now. Next declutter, the ones that I'm unsure about will probably go. That one's a bit fuzzy, but it's quite saturated still at the other end, so this confused me when I first got these pens. A lot of them were very bleedy, and I thought that meant I was going to make a huge mess with them, but I didn't. Interesting. We'll keep it for now for the smaller end. We'll do the Tombos next. This is the 249. Beautiful deep, deep green. That's so lovely. Please do stay. This is the 312, which I think is called Holly Green. A little bit more of a blue tone. Reminds me of eucalyptus leaves in Australia. Love it. Keep. This one I don't love. 131. It's kind of a fluoro green to match with the above, but I'll keep it. I have used it once or twice. And similar, 133. Wow, very hyper. Not my favorite, but every now and then there's a need for that kind of thing, you know? 228, pretty similar. In fact, look, there's enough overlap there. I actually think this one and this one are similar enough, and this one is kind of dying. Which one were you? Oh, wait, which one were you? Yeah, that one, which actually presents itself as green, as grey rather, which is kind of funny. I think that one's gonna go. They're just too similar for it to be worth it, although I will lose the smaller end, but it was already kind of fuzzy, so I think I'm all right with that. 126, interesting kind of color. Sometimes, I think with the right color, they'd love it. I'm gonna keep that one. 227, whoa, that's green. Quite lovely. Keep, as though I'm auditioning them, I'm not really. See how that's kind of similar? This is a little lighter. Yeah, keep, of course. We knew that. 243. This one makes a nice second line highlight. We'll keep that one. And then we have 4 of the Pentel brush touch sign. I don't know what these are called. I have 2 of the same one here by the looks of it, turquoise. I'm pretty sure they're the exact same pen, and I don't need 2. So let's farewell one of them. Keep the other. We've got an olive kind of green, that's really lovely, and this one looks like it's a bit more of a forest. Yeah, keep. Greens remain. 1 fallen. Destined for someone else, not fallen. Let's do blue and purple. Instantly, we've got a mild liner here. I think same with the previous mild liner. I'm just going to sit it with its friend. They can just go somewhere else because I'll think of them differently, you know, use them for a different purpose. Let's do Tombos first this time. 533, Peacock Blue. Love that color. Like a periwinkle, super sweet. We've got the 491, which is a very soft pale blue. By rights, this one should be dead, but it's not, so it prevails. N60 is actually like a purpley grey. I guess I'm keeping it with the purples because it leans a little purple. It's technically a bit more neutral, but I guess it can stay there. 569 is the jet blue. It's funny how many of the names I have learned, actually. That's one of the only Tombos that has ever bled through a page for me in a 120 GSM journal. This is 160, so it stands a bit more of a chance. Is that a second 291? Are they the same? 491, okay. No wonder I was a little confused. Similar numbers. Keep 528. That's a lovely color. That's in perfect nick. And then the purple 623, my favorite purple. It's called Sage, Purple Sage, I think. This one is 673, which is really nice too. Kind of a pinky purple, that one. I almost want to move it. In fact, I think I'm going to move it into the pink drawer. Just think it'll feel more at home there. 679. Oh wow, such a deep purple. It's almost black. Looks great. Please stay. 636. Imperial kind of purple. Don't remember what the color is, but that's what it looks like to me. And then we've got the 603, which is really pretty too. Remember I mentioned that I keep out that pink because I use it in my reading journal a lot. I'm using the 620 in my reading journal at the moment, so it's out for that purpose, but we'll put it back in. That's really nice. I know which one it is, so it's fine. And also with the greens, did I already have a 192? I feel like I did. Do I really have two of you, little 192? I do. Let's determine which is the better one. That one seems a little fuzzy actually, and that one's not fuzzy at all, so we'll get rid of that one, keep the other. And we've got one blue calligraph here, which is a really nice deep midnight blue actually. That looks like it's in good condition, it can stay. And 3 Pentel brush touch. I think these ones are all different, and I think their barrels are a little deceptive. Like, that's so much brighter than it looked. This one is quite a deep dark navy, and another super blue. Keep. The bottom drawer here is where all the neutrals are supposed to live, except for that N60 apparently. Got some mild liners, just gonna test that they work before I relegate them to sitting with their friends over here. Peachy color, that's lovely, that's really nice and soft. That'd be a good one for annotating. And a gray. All of those look like they're doing all right. I didn't test the other end of this one, but it works. These are not my only editions of these pens. Like, I've got like 3 Tombow Fudenosuke's here. I've got more in my drawer, I'm pretty sure. Here's another one that was just on my desk already. Maybe that is all of them. This one's, they usually have written on them whether they're the firm, like the hard tip or the soft tip. WSBH Black 150, I don't know. But it's working great, so stay. This one might be running out. Yeah, see how he's going a bit streaky? He's gonna go. How many Tombow Fudenosuke's does one girl need, you know? How many wonders could one cabin hold? That one worked really well. I think that's a soft tip just from feeling it. And one more. That one's in good nick too, so I'll keep those 3. I'll keep one in my desk drawer for inking up my star rating stamp. That's what I mostly use it for. This is a Pentel, really nice. We'll keep you. I'm gonna put this one in with these. Did we not come across in the blue drawer? We didn't. Where's my blue one of these? This is the Pilot Fudenosuke. Really dainty little guy. Keep another Fudenosuke. This one is grey. I really like that color. Keep. This is the N79, which is like a warm grey. I've got 2 black Tombos, N15 and N25. Let's see if we can see a difference. Maybe I should be inking up my star rating stamp with that one. That's quite nice and juicy. And the other, got these Nikes in black. They look the same to me. Anyway, keep them both. And a beautiful soft grey. Oh, that's gorgeous, brush sign. So testing out whether or not the pen is running out didn't really help me too much, but we did eliminate. These ones are pens that are dying and will not find a new home because they are on their last legs, unfortunately. These pens are all going to a new home, which is pretty exciting. And all the pens that have gone back into their homes in the drawers are gonna stay, plus the mild liners. I'll work out what to do with them later. I just had a little dig through my top drawer and I found a few more pens, so I thought we'd talk about them too. This funny little motley crew over here. I have this set of 4 Faber-Castell markers. I only got these recently. These ones are actually chisel tips, so they have like a flat top on them, not angled like some highlighters, but just straight flat across, like that. These ones I actually bought specifically for calligraphic purposes because I've been learning italic calligraphy, which is where you hold the pen on a certain angle and you get that like kind of up-down motion. This is not good by any means. I'm not like trying right now, but give you an idea. I haven't really got a chance to use them yet. To be honest, I'm not obsessed with the colors in the pack. It would be nice to see them do nicer colors than these. These are not my colors. They're also all the same nib size, and the size of your nib limits how big you can write in this kind of lettering, so I think I'm gonna pass those 4 along, which is a surprise even to me. Here is another of those broad nib, like chisel flat top pens. This one actually has, it's just black. This is from Kuretake. It's one of the Zig ones. It has a smaller end and a larger end. That's a big boy. 5mm on one side and 2mm on the other. I got this at my italic calligraphy course that I took last year, recommended by the teacher. I'm keeping that one. This is a Tombow. This is the one that you're supposed to use to mix colors together. My friend Courtney gave me this and I've never used it, but I've also had it not with the Tombow, so if I put it with them, maybe I'll remember it's there and try it out. I found that navy blue marker that I was looking for, so that's good. That can go in with the other blues. I found my ink muddler, which should have been in the fountain pen section. This is from Dominant Industries. It was a gift from my lovely Judy, who always takes such good care of me. It's like a little swatcher on one end and a little tiny dip pen on the other. Hey Mitsu. And it's a little bit stained, isn't it? I need to give it a wash, but that's phenomenal for testing out little inks when you're on the go, so that's gonna stay. I found the Sharpie, funnily enough. Does it work? It does work. Not something I reach for often, but it's always good to kind of have around, so I'll keep the Sharpie. This one's actually a glue pen, and I've had some trouble with it, but I think it's just clogged, so I'll hold on to it. I've got 2 of the 0.5 Muji gel pens. I love these when I'm traveling. They're a really nice gel pen, and I don't like gel pens, so that's pretty high praise coming from me. And I've also got 2 replacements for them as well, like 2 refills. So I'll hold on to those as well. There is a part of me that's like, do I really need 2? Like I could move one of these along, but then if I'm traveling and I lose one, at least I've got the other one still at home. Look at Mitsu's nose, he's so cute. I'm gonna hold on to those. And then we have a little selection of Sakura Pigma Microns, and I have been noticing lately that some of these, that one seems to be okay. That's an 03, which used to be my favorite size. I don't know that I have a favorite size anymore. This one's the 003, which is incredibly fine. 01, oh, that's in good nick too. 08, which is the thick boy. Wow, have I got more of these kicking around somewhere? I must have. This is an 05. Wow, these ones are all perfect actually, so ignore me. I thought I was gonna say I was getting rid of some because they were running out. I have this 05 that I've had out on the desk. That one's running out, he's gonna go. The thing about these guys, they're really good. They're fantastic fine liners. They're waterproof. They're like archival ink, so you can kind of draw over them with water-based markers like all of those in the drawers, and they don't smear unless very certain circumstances. I really like them, but I think as I use these ones up, as we start to run out, I'm just going to replace them with the reusable Tom Studio pen because it has the functionality of all of these pens, and the whole point is that you just keep using this one forever. So I think as these ones die, I'm going to replace them with this one, but for now they all seem to be okay, so they can stay too. Hold on, I just found another Micron. This one's an 01. Oh, it's fine. Okay, it's gonna stay too. And there's one more pen hiding out because I use it in my reading journal all the time. This is the N89, which is a nice, I think it calls itself a warm gray, but I think this one's pretty neutral, so you're gonna stay because I love that pen. That's a new one actually. I replaced that one a few months ago. As you can see, even after decluttering that, I still have quite a bit of work to do on my space, but I'm excited to be getting through it. I'm excited to have a lot less stuff. It's all still in my house right now, which is stressful, but I'm looking forward to it being
not in my space anymore. In case you're keen to keep watching, here is last week's decluttering video, just in case you haven't seen it yet, and underneath that is a playlist of all of my stationery haul videos, in case you want to see what it looks like when I'm receiving things rather than deciding what to let go of. Stay tuned for the giveaway next week. I'll catch you again soon.